Everybody doing right.
Yerp. What it do, famo, man? This the Christmas check-in, man. I wasn't gonna do it, but I had to, man. How you doing, D Nice, man? Merry Christmas, man. Hoping everybody had a good Christmas. I wasn't gonna even pull up, man, but I said, man, I gotta kick it with the fam bam right fast, man. I don't know, man. D Nice, man. How was your Christmas? Having a little drink, man. We're probably not gonna be here too long. Just wanted to pull up, man, and see who pulled up and things of that nature, man. Just because I've been going live for every day, but yesterday my good brother Ryan was live. So my thing is this is a unit, man. You know what I mean? One band, one sound type shit. So if Ryan life spinning his player life, I'm more than likely just I'd rather pull up and support my brother. Oh yeah. But yeah, man, how y'all feeling, man? Man, as you come in, man, hit the like, man. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe, man. Listen, this Christmas, it was a good Christmas for sure. It was definitely a good Christmas, but if I'm being frank, bro, I'd rather been in the DR. I'd rather be in the DR. I ain't gonna lie to you, man, because I know it's sunny, man. I'm tired of these cold. Well, it's not really even cold out here. Well, compared to what it normally be, but it's still cold, like as far as down south go. But I'd rather be in the DR where the sun is shining. You could be at the rooftop pool on Christmas. That's one of my life goals, guys. I think I just added that to the own. It's gonna be a Christmas. I'm gonna be on the rooftop pool. Parents being a tough year for us. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, D Nice. You know what I mean? If it's any constellation, bro, it's been a tough. Don't feel like you alone, brother. You know what I mean? It's been a tough year for majority of people. Unfortunately, we got the things like Instagram and YouTube to where everybody make their life look like it's like something to be on Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous, but it's not, bro. It's not, man. So I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm hopefully that brings some solace to you. The fact that you know you're not the only one going through it. You know what I mean? I lost some people close to me this year as well. Like, in fact, I lost a few people. You know what I mean? But there's nothing I could do about it. And I wish them peace in their journey into the beyond. So that's my thing, man. But man, I'm glad you pulled up, bro. Where you at with it? Was you in your home state? Did you go visit your parents? How that work out? Also, man, like I say, this more than likely gonna be it's gonna be a short live. I just wanted to, tap in with the fam bam, show some love, man. Think I'm gonna start making this a thing, man. Going live on Chris, because I'm here to stay now. Almost 100 videos in, bro. Let's say, oh shit, let me start putting your joints up, bro. I be forgetting that I got, like, say, I got the controls. You know what I mean? I be forgetting that. The parents been a tough year. Yep, for sure. Ten other family members. God, man, my brother. Man, my condolences, bro. I'm extremely sorry to hear that, man. Especially with your little brother, man. Like, say, I'm the youngest of my camp, as far as my brothers and things of that nature go. But man, even though we not even on the best of terms now, man, I can't. Man, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, man. And my prayers go out to you, bro. Oh, you went to visit your parents, man. I hope you having a hell of a Christmas, bro. For real, man. But yeah, man. Even with all that being said, man, bro, I appreciate you pulling up, man, and hopefully pulling up, man. Like I said, my whole thing about this community and things of that nature, y'all know I'm not using the PPB word anymore, but the whole thing with this community, bro, is to build a community, man, to build camaraderie between us, brother. Yeah, to build camaraderie between us brothers and things of that nature, man. Because I think it's a beautiful thing how, like, say, we could be all around the world. You know what I mean? And we could have our own community, like Unc Jay, Miguel, um, Navies in Canada, Ryan and a couple brothers like Ryan and POV is in Miami. I mean, in Florida, like DC and Atlanta. We got Misha and Rainier on the East Coast. So, man, I believe it's a blessing to be able to, carve our own little community out of all the people there. Yeah, so stay strong. Always connected with you. You know what, bro? You actually give me something to think about, bro. Like, see, I'm the one that fall back. Like, if things don't go my way, we get into an argument and things of that nature, man. I fall back. Like, bro, we in this whole big world. This is what I tell my brothers, bro. I could love you. I'm gonna always love you, but I ain't got to be around you. You know what I mean? So, no, but you definitely give me something to think about, bro. I appreciate that advice. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Appreciate it, man. We try to be positive, man, and like I say, you could tell, for the most part, everybody from different walks of life, man. But we have a couple things in common, and one of the main things is this travel community. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. If you have to tap in with the back man, I strongly encourage you to. Um, Ryan kind of controls like that. That's his group and stuff back there, but it's a lot of camaraderie back there, man. It's a lot of brothers in there sharing gems and chopping it up and things of that nature, man. So I'm only saying that to say, as far as this community go, bro, you don't have to feel like you alone, man. So shout out to you, D Nice. But yeah, man, my Christmas it consisted of because I had company last on Christmas Eve, man. So I had a long night, bro, which I'm not complaining about. But once again, like, how much cheeks is enough cheeks, bro? I think that's gonna be my goddamn next my next screen, bro. How much cheeks is enough cheeks, man? How much do you like? You hit your threat? Is it a threshold, or do it reset every day, or how does that work, man? Because at some point we got to get to the money. That's just in my opinion, but at some point we got to get to the money. One thing I would say, Charlie, when you lose us people, you friends and brothers, yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can like say, but here's the thing, bro, and this is what I tell myself because I've been through a lot in my life. Um, for the most part, man, I'm just the old folks down south used to say, bro, you're not even a shit stain on the drawers of life. Which mean, like, bro, you know big shit, bro. You know what I mean? And I understand, like, if I was to stop, goddamn it, breathing right now on screen, the world would go on as if I was never here. You know what I mean? So my thing is to make the best impact I can, like impact the people that I can positively, and let the rest just fall to the wayside. But I hear you. Yeah, for sure, for sure. When he said, "You are right about getting to the money," I will say, protect yourself. Yeah, and this, believe it or not, and just like far as my opinion go, man, like say that's the only way that you can achieve true freedom in this lifetime, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like say when you get the money and things of that nature, bro, you could go anywhere and start a new life, man. If you don't want to be called Marcus, you could go to East Asia and tell them that your name Jamal. You know what I mean? Like you could start over. You could, goddamn it, reinvent yourself in a whole different part of the world. Like when I first started taking these like international trips, man, I just started thinking, man, while I'm on this plane, all my losses that I made on the ground, they don't even matter up here. Where I'm going, those losses is not gonna even matter. You know what I mean? Unless I let them affect me and carry them to where I'm going. So no, you're absolutely right, man. I think financial freedom is one of the only true freedoms that we can achieve now. Let's keep it a buck, man. It's been people that have achieved financial freedom in other forces came into play, like say maybe the government took their money. I'm not even just talking about America. I'm just talking about like Japan because they famous for that and things of that nature. So there's other things that come into play. But if you set yourself up right and do things right, I think you could actually acquire your freedom, man. It's people that didn't move to places that we never heard of, and they live in the best even they expected, man. Yeah. So what I'm saying, like, say we are men, we are of men. Let's not forget that men has been known. I don't know of a other situation, but I didn't heard of many of men just moving to the wilderness, saying, "Fuck everything, bro. I'm moving to the wilderness. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to fuck with nobody. I don't want nobody fucking with me. I'm just gonna move out here with some nature at." You see what I'm saying? So there's that. I'm saying that to say like men crave solitude. They crave peace of mind. We crave stability and things of that. I wouldn't even say stability because that's more of a woman trait. But I would say we crave just our peace. So yeah, no, I feel you 100%, good brother. And like I say, this was a pop up live just to see what happened and things of that nature, and see who pull up and shit like that. But it was just, man, I remember I can share a couple stories because ain't nothing but a couple of us in here, man. Like say on what enticed me to go live today, and that's why I'm a little upset that I didn't like come there and things of that nature earlier, so more people could have pulled up. And the reason why I'm not shooting nobody, no text and things of that nature, because people could be with their family. And the last thing I want to do is interrupt people with their family time. You know what I mean? Because family is important, just like you were just alluding to, D Nice. But reason why I like felt obligated, and I'm going to feel obligated moving forward, because man, I remember a couple Christmas, man, I spent them by myself. The majority of people that was in my direct camp um, was in jail, was on the run, wasn't in town. Like my mother and my sister was in town, so man, it's been a couple Christmas to where I spent by myself, man, and that's when I really realized, man, places not to eat are generally not open on Christmas. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, well, fuck it, I'm gonna get to the bread. People gonna be bringing me because I was hustler. I always had my hustle with me. It's like people gonna be bringing me money. I don't care. Like long as I got this bread, I'm gonna stay ahead. Fuck bullshit, bro. Damn near nobody was open. Now, mind you, I was down south, and this was over a decade ago, probably like 2 decades if I'm keeping it a buck. Yeah, that old. But nobody goddamn was open, man, and that was a lonely Christmas, man. And I wouldn't want nobody to feel that way, man. And so if you ever, that's my obligation to you guys moving forward, man. If I'm like God bless and things, I stay on YouTube, man. On Christmas, I'm gonna always do a screen, man, to let you know, man, you are not alone. Even in what you're going through may seem individual to you, other people have been down that road, man, and that's why I'm here, man, bro. You're not alone, bro. You know what I mean? Like it was another Christmas too where I wasn't alone, but one of my homeboys, he's from down South Mississippi. Everything is ran on neighborhoods. Like I'm from Shady Oaks, which is the name of my business, but we got one street. It's called Hollywood, and they're their own neighborhood. On the other side of that, we got I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, but on the other side of that, we got Sunset. But my homeboy from Hollywood, bro, we was like brothers at the time. He hit me up and said, "What you doing?" You know what I mean? I said, "Shit, I'm chilling." He got a different name than what I'm called online and things of that nature, which is similar, but we ain't gonna get into that. Said, "Man, I'm just sitting at the crib, bro. You know, just maxing and shit like that." He was like, "Bro, we got the now." They hood they ghetto fabulous type shit. They had they family Christmas meetup at the local club. So niggas pulling up to the club and the kid, he like, bro, we up here at the little spot. It was called Killer J's. The name of it was J's, but so many people had got deleted up there. We called it Killer J's. You know what I mean? Like when you go up there, you got to damn near be ready to die. And he was like, bro, just come up here, man. We went up there, man. I went up there. They had food out. We was shooting pool. Now, Jordan, it was his family and things of that nature. And like I say, he was like my one of my real brothers at the time. So I'm never worried, especially because they know me. I'm in an adjacent neighborhood. So like I never worry about shit like that. But that was another Christmas that was pretty much lonely, man. You know what I mean? So that's my thing to y'all, bro. I'm gonna pull up, man. Long as Charlie Chan have a channel, I'm gonna pull up, bro. When nobody else do, I'm gonna pull up. So yeah. D Nice, if you want to pull up, man, I could drop the link, bro. Like I say, I'm not expecting. I won't expect too many people because, for one, people kicking it with their family, especially if you got kids. Your kids is playing with toys and y'all eating. And if y'all got a big family, y'all done did the toys with the kids. Y'all done did the kicking with the elders. So it's damn near drinking time right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, shout out to y'all. And I'm back at my crib by myself. In fact. Shout out to you, D Nice, but my brother, like I say, I didn't go over his house, and my sister, I didn't go over her house. I went over my mother's house because that's where my dogs and things are at. I fed the dogs, got a plate, and got up out of there, man. But if I'm keeping it a buck, I'm a person that I like solitude. Appreciate your channel live you had a few days ago. Was good. Did you have good Xmas, bro? Yeah, man. Believe it or not, D Nice, any year, because I understand that life is extremely fragile, bro. I done been through so much, bro. If you guys want to do a live on that, I don't mind. You know what I mean? But I've been through so much. Any year that I'm here to actually live through Christmas is a great Christmas for me, man. It's a great Christmas for me. My daughter called me. She's in Mississippi, so we got a chance to chop it up, me and her. And I'm one of those people, like, I done had so many close calls with the other side, which is like the opposite of living, to where, man, any Christmas when I'm alive is a thankful one for me. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that, brother. And I did have a great Christmas. Black Cleaner, man, I seen you out there enjoying the Christmas spirit, bro. I seen that, man. Shout out. See, it's brothers like that really be kicking it. Shout out to Black Cleaner, man. Yep, it's the marathon. The marathon don't stop, man. I had somebody ask me, they was like, what happened if you keep going even after you're done with the marathon? So, I never thought that. I never thought about that. Maybe, you know what I mean? I just know I done did more numbers since I've been doing this marathon as far as watch hours go than I've been doing my whole YouTube little joint. Now, mind you, I haven't been on here too long, but since this marathon, I've been doing more numbers than I've done since I've started this. So maybe the marathon joint is a dope thing, though. But how was your Christmas, Black Cleaner? Like I said, I seen you and the homie Miguel kicking it. How was it, man? I wish I could have been there. I know in the future, like I say, 2026, man, I plan on pulling up on a lot of the brothers, well, a couple of brothers from the community and things of that nature. And just see how y'all living, goddamn it, for so to speak, like here. You know what I mean? Like, say, is it really like, oh, I'm about my business and I don't really just focus on chicks while I'm here? Because there's some brothers that do that, and I'm okay with that. But it's other brothers that they're kind of living a lie. And I'm not here to expose anybody of that nature. I just want to pull up on them and check them out, though. But like I say, far as 2026 go, man, I got a lot in store, man. I got a lot in store. We got a lot going on. We finna change the game, man. So we got to come up with a different way to express us. When I say us, not just all traveling people, not just all traveling men, not just all traveling black men, but the traveling men, the traveling people, traveling black men in this community. we got to come up with something that set us apart. Just because, in my opinion, otherwise they're going to be lumping us in with those weirdos. You know what I mean? So there's that thing. But Black Queen, if you want to pull up, bro, just say the word. I'll drop the link, man. Like I say, I just wanted to pull up, man, and share some love and some holiday spirit with the community, man. Because like I say, I've been in space to where I done had some lonely Christmases before. So, which I'm not complaining, because sometimes that's how life goes, at least for me. So it just is what it is. If I could help somebody to not have a lonely Christmas or Christmas to where they can't feel like they could reach out and talk to somebody. That's why I say if anybody want, I just put if anybody want, man, just say it and I'll drop the link. But my whole goal was just to pull up and fellowship with some of you brothers or some of the people from the community in on a Christmas afternoon. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, but I'm kicking it. I like to say I like my solitude, bro. I like my house. I've been getting a room every day for the last when I say room, that's down south speak, I guess. I've been getting a hotel room every day for the last 4 or 5 days, and I'm gonna get a hotel room every day for the rest of this year because I'm trying to maintain my status. Not only is it gonna be expensive, but for me to do it this late in the game, but it's gonna be it's kind of tedious because I got to get up and go check in and shit like that. I had a little chick ask me, she was like, why you go check into the room to go back home? I told her because I rather like my space. I like this shit's curated to me. Like everything in here is because I put it in here. Other than this granite countertop and stove and shit like that, but I like my space, man. So I don't mind coming here, like say, I'm probably gonna get a suite before the end of the year, let y'all see that and things of that nature. So yeah, what y'all thinking? Like the Four Seasons. We got a JW up here, which y'all been seeing me do a JW before, and it's like another couple like very upscale hotels. If you guys want to see that, I don't mind going to stay there. Some of them bitches like $600-700 a night, but it is what it is. Definitely. So I think it's my first time ever smoking on camera. But that was just like a cigar. But so yeah, man, like I say, I was just pulling up. We probably gonna shut it down in probably like the next 5-10 minutes. I just want to pull up and just show my face for the not only just the marathon. Shout out to my good brother Black Cleaner. But I'll drop it just in case anybody feel the need to come up. I'll drop the link. But it's not required, man. Like I said, I just wanted to show my appreciation, dedication to this thing of ours. That's all that is. You know what I mean? Like, I know if I would have put up the screen, what's the name, like yesterday, the title of the screen and things of that nature, more people would have pulled up. But it was a last minute thing. I was like, bro, how could you have such? Nowadays, I feel like I'm damn near choosing to have a lonely Christmas because I got women I could pull up on. And I had women down south I could pull up on. They was just reason why I'm not pulling up on no chicks, especially during this time, because they got family. I'm not trying to meet your nigga like the niggas in your family right now. I don't even like new people. If you ain't coming in through this right here, I really don't even want to meet you. If you're not coming in as a part of the brotherhood, this thing of ours, bro, like, what's the meaning? Only other way that you could get in with me, like say in this world that I'm living in and things of that nature, is through business. Other than that, hey, oh bro, you like basketball? I do too. Let's talk. Nah, I'm cool, buddy. I'm cool. I know you like boxing and UFC, man. Who's your favorite fighter? It's me, bro. It's me, bro. I'm fighting for my life out here, like R. Kelly, man. So there's that. You know what I mean? So that's just my thing, man. Like say, if we not linking up through this here or through business, what is it for, man? You know what I mean? But what I will say is I had a great time meeting a lot of you brothers at Ryan's meet and greet. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not going to Cuba, although I really badly wanted to go to Cuba next month with the bros and shit like that. But I wouldn't be doing the turnaround. You know what I mean? Like after Cuba, go directly to Colombia. But I'm gonna skip Cuba and go to Colombia. You know what I mean? Yeah, Colombia. Colombia keeps stealing our brothers, man. Like I could think of probably like 5 to 10 brothers that was. Shout out to my brother. That about the shows your what's the name show connected. I can pull you up, but it says device not connected now. Okay, there you go. But yeah, I'm definitely pulling up. I just want to see what they got out there. Now, here's the thing: I'm a callous of the community. I'm a callous of the brotherhood, the DR joint. I'm hold door. That's me. Hold the door. That's me, nigga. I'm gonna hold the door for us. But I just got to see what they got going on in Colombia, guys. Shout out Black Cleaner. How you doing, good brother?
Chilling. What's going on with you, Chan?
Man, just continuing this marathon, man. Feel like I pulled up and kick it with you, brothers, man. How was your Christmas going?
Oh, it was great, man. Excellent. I had a couple of people fly in from Atlanta. One of my partners, me and him was in the military together for about 30 years ago. We've been kicking it since then. 30 years since we got out of the military. He lived in Atlanta. So he came and flew out with his girl. And yeah, as you saw, Miguel was out with us. And we ended up going to the beach Christmas Eve. So that was dope to actually be at the beach on Christmas Eve. Yeah. And it's called Toboga Island. So anybody who's familiar with Panama, then y'all be familiar with Toboga Island. We got on the ferry in the morning, and it takes us 30 minutes to get to the island, and we just laid out there and chilled. And it kind of looks like Sosua, like how Sosua Beach is, where it's like a little inlet, like a bay where you can just sit. It's kind of that's what it kind of reminded me of. But and then there was another sister. She came from Tampa, so she saw us out there chilling, and she tagged along with us. So that was cool. Okay. And then I was trying to get Miguel to come out, but it was Christmas Eve. So here in Panama, it's like a Catholic town, so things start to shut down early. But they did have a couple of spots open, so I ended up going with Shorty over to the this rooftop bar. And on Christmas Eve in Panama, at midnight they let the fireworks out. So it looked like 4th of July at midnight on Christmas Eve in Panama. So that was a nice sight to see. And then this morning we ended up going to a brunch buffet, from noon to 3 at the JW Marriott. So that was nice. It's me, Miguel, and Shorty. And then we'll do a couple times. Yeah. Yep. Here in Panama, as I tell people, because America had a military base here, there is a nice infrastructure here, and it's very nice and upscale. So if you're trying to, ball out and do it up, you can do it up out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the good things that I do like about Panama is that you can, if you want to, get your peacock, as they say, your peacock on and show your colors and your feathers. You can do it here. You know what I'm saying? You can get your little Miami or whatever on, but it's also affordable as well. So yeah, that's what we did for brunch. We went to the JW Marriott, and we went to that brunch buffet, and then we ended up walking around what they call, it looks like Zona Colonial, where it's like the historical district. So we did that to walk off the buffet, and then we ended up going and watching the sunset. Me, Miguel, and my peeps that flew in from Atlanta. So they about to pack because they leaving tomorrow. But homegirl and I guess Miguel, if he doesn't get online, the club start at 10 o'clock. So we'll probably go back out around between 10 and 11, and party till about 3 in the morning again. So that's how Panama is, huh?
Let me ask you this: what the club scene look like on Christmas?
They got 2 club districts out here. So they got Casco Viejo, which is, as I said, that's like Zona Colonial in Santo Domingo. That's what it looks like. And That one is real nice, of course, because that's where all of the tourists find themselves at. They always find themselves in Casco Viejo. And then they have what they call downtown Amador, which is on the pretty much on the boardwalk. So they have a nice little club district over there that everybody goes to. So you can either pick one, and those are usually jumping. Me, as I said, I like now the one on the downtown Amador. That's where most of your, we'll just say, white tourists go. So they play a lot of more salsa and top 40 and you know, bachata, merengue over there, versus in Casco Viejo, you're gonna hear reggaeton, reggae, salsa, a little bit of hip hop mixed in. So I like, you know, so I like the, you know, but there's a lot. It's a college crowd that goes to Casco Viejo. Amador, it's a little bit more of an older crowd and more family oriented.
But you say the one that's not the tourist one, that's more that's more like your colored tours and things of that nature. Wouldn't you say that?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Just what you just said. But it's a great mixture, you know what I'm saying? So if you know, and also too, I mean, they do have an area, like if you there with your family, you know, they have something for the kids too, a nice little fair, you know, with rides and stuff. And then also, you know, like little places where they got the little Panama sign. You could take a picture in front of the Panama sign. Right now, because of Christmas, they got all of the Christmas lights all around in the Christmas ornaments and light displays. So that's what a lot of people are also doing. They're going out and, you know, getting their little pictures in front of the Christmas ornaments. So they'll have those up until New Year. So, which is cool. So those who didn't get a chance to do it before Christmas, you still got a chance to go take your pictures until New Year's. Then they start taking the Christmas lights and everything down. But other than that, yep, that's pretty much what's going on.
So the let's just say where the melanated people go to party and things of that nature in Panama, is it going to be lit tonight, or is it going to be kind of mild?
From what I'm hearing, they're saying it's going to be lit. But, you know, of course, Panamanians or the Black Afro-Panamanians are mixed with Caribbean. So anybody who knows Caribbean people, they don't start getting out until about 1, 2 o'clock. So, you know, you can, and the funny thing about Panama
That's
gets
how it was down south. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. The funny thing about Panama gets 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of nightlight. So the sun goes down at 6:30, and you would think it's 10:30 at night. And still, you know what I'm saying? These people ain't coming out till about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's how it was. Like, say, when in Mississippi, like, we didn't start getting dressed for the club until like 10:30. Like, because we could stay into the club until the sun come up. Here, if you're not dressed by like 10, if you're not dressed and ready to go by 10, you're probably gonna miss the night, because they closing at like, some clubs close here at 1, some close at 2. Like, this shit's boring. Like, it don't really start going down until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. A lot of the clubs here close at 3. So, but they do have after hours. So you can find an after hours that will stay open till about 6 o'clock in the morning. But usually those are like in the neighborhoods. You know, when you go back to your own neighborhood, those would be the neighborhood clubs that close around 6. But the ones in the city are 3.
So it's a club, because we got after hours here, but these is like what they call these are like house parties. You're going to somebody's house. You know what I mean? So you're saying like the after hours out there is clubs and things of that nature, right?
Yeah, it'll be like a lounge bar, and you know they'll have the music will just be blasting all night. Yep.
Shout out to Lee Majors pulling up, showing love, man. How was your Christmas, bro? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it might be a pool hall or something like that, to that effect.
Let me ask you this, Black Cleaner. Would you say like Panama would be best suited to host like a New Year's party or a Christmas party?
They do Christmas Eve up a lot. So if you're trying to do something, I would pick Christmas Eve in Panama. Now they are, I mean, the same thing that happened on Christmas Eve is going to happen on New Year's Eve as well with the fireworks and all of that. So and actually they do have a couple of events, like an all white yacht party going on New Year's Eve in Panama this year. I got a couple of peeps that they're the Passport Sisters. They actually throwing a yacht party as well and a pool party, for that weekend. So I'm a definitely join in on that with that, see what that's going on, what's that's hitting for, because you're gonna have all of the
Can
little
you
Passport
can you
Sisters from the States coming in.
what is a passport system?
Well, the Passport Sisters here are mostly digital nomad chicks, who work remote from
Okay.
home, and instead of working at the house, they just come over here and work from an Airbnb that they're renting for 6 months. And they're usually the age
Okay.
range is usually from,
Okay, that's
we'll
dope.
say, 25 to 55, and then after that, then you got your retirees.
That's kind of my dating range right there. 25 is like barely making it, but then what people say, like 25, your frontal lobe is developed, like you are a full grown adult at that time. So yeah, no, I
Hmm.
feel that. But yeah, so do you hang out a lot with the passport sisters and things of that nature?
The majority of them, I mean, I got a couple of close friends, you know what I'm saying, that I befriended that are here. A lot of them don't like me because I date the Panamanians, the Afro Panamanians here. So it's like, nah, we ain't messing with him. He dating the locals. We ain't touching that dude. But some of but then you got like three of them or four of them, a handful of them that don't care because they like my vibe. You feel me? So, and they make good wing
Okay,
women
okay,
too.
okay, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like shout out to my brother Prime. I don't think he pulled up. He got a daughter and things of that nature. So I'm sure he's enjoying his Christmas with his family and things of that nature. Shout out to my good brother Prime. But the reason why I bring him up because he said we need to listen louder. Did you just say like now maybe I was wrong and I misinterpreted, but you just said like say the women that are considered passport sisters, if they see you messing with the locals, they kind of mark you as a no-go?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you care to elaborate on that? Why? Like, and how do you know? Like, what have they said? Like, that's kind of crazy if you ask me.
Well, number one, because all of the stuff that we're talking about, online, basically, it might be, oh, they messing with them young chicks, and of course, these girls are usually in they, you know, 40s and 50s, and they see you messing around with a chick in her, late 20s, early 30s. So, and then of course, you got the guys that's messing around with the chicks that they know are night working girls. So that's another thing too. I'll just say, and then on top of that, a lot of these girls who are passport cis, they make in six figures or at least above 60K. So because they're
Mhm.
making above 60K, they see the local chicks as being bum chicks. They're like, oh, you messing around with them bum chicks. I don't know why you messing. Then you must just be a bum nigga. Excuse my language, but yeah, that's what they consider when they see you messing around with the chicks that don't make 60K. But to me, I'm like, well, it doesn't matter if I mess with you or if I mess with the young chick because I gotta pay anyway. You see what I'm saying? The only difference is okay. In order to impress you, I gotta take you to Roof's Crisps or something equivalent because me taking you to the average Fonda or someplace, you're not impressed with that. You're like, I go there all the time. So I got to pretty much come out of my pocket a lot more to be able to impress you. So therefore, it's and you're less appreciative because a lot of this because you're less appreciative of what I do because you can do it for yourself. Where this person on this end, they appreciate the small things that I do for them. But we've had this discussion plenty of times.
How do they now? That's a damn good question. I mean, that's a damn good statement because I got a rebuttal question to that what you just made. How are they receiving of your thoughts and because let's just be honest, as men, we know we cannot be blunt truth with women like that. But when you say what you just said in the manner that you would say it, how do they accept that?
They don't.
Hey,
you're gonna get a lot of pushback, you're gonna get a lot of whatevers and all of that stuff. And basically saying, you know, well, you just can't handle a woman like me. That's basically what they're gonna say in a nutshell. And they right. You're right. I can't. And I hate to quote what Rainier said, but you think you know everything. So I'm not going to sit there and argue with you and play tug of war with a chick who thinks she knows everything. And because she has her own money to be able to do what she wants, and that's what she's using. She's going to use her money to give herself some veto power. And the only way that you can be able to, fight with her or is to be able to show that you are capable. And it was funny because when we was at dinner today, one of my boys, we was talking, and one of the sisters that, as we said, we linked up with, she's looking for a man and she's in her 50s. And, we was asking, well, what are the 3 things that you want? And she was like, consistency. And I want, someone who's got character. And then I want someone who is functioning. And then, my boy was saying, something, just make sure that the dude can cover you. He was saying, everybody, and we talked about this online. We said, love, everybody got a whole different definition of love. Okay. So we can't go with the whole love aspect because love means something different to everybody. But if this person shows that they got you, you know what I'm saying? Where you feel safe with them. But not only do you feel safe with them, you feel comfortable with them. And also you're not worried or you're not stressed because this person, if you're struggling, this person got you covered. If we're walking and that's one of the things that you do notice with these women is, okay, because they're making $60,000 or more, okay, they got themselves covered on that aspect. So what are they looking for after? They're looking for protection and they're looking for comfortability. And they're looking for you they're looking to be upgraded. So they're basically looking for you to take care of their needs while they take care of their wants. And if you can't do that, or they see that you can't do that, then they're going to be out here trying to look for that.
No, you just dropped the bar right there. I don't know if y'all picked that shit up right there, but I'm listening. I hate to be the cold preacher. He said they want you to take care of their needs while they use their money to take care of their wants. Come on, man. That shit's heavy, man. So let me ask you this, Black Cleaner. Who are they dating out there?
That's the funny thing. They want to date, of course, the dudes like what we was talking about. Okay, the dudes who's going to take care of their needs and upgrade them and protect them. All right. But guess what? Though, I mean, you're going to find some dudes like anywhere in the States, they're going to hit it, but they're not going to make a long-term commitment with it because they have so many options now, especially the dudes that live out here. And then a lot of dudes who live out here, they straight ignoring. I mean, when you go around, you start seeing these sisters, and they're in groups. You know, you'll go to the bar, you might be by yourself, or you might be with a shorty, because a lot of times, you know, I might come with a shorty, and I'll go to the expat, you know, dinners, and you'll see 8 and 10 females in a group together, sitting by themselves, and ain't nobody going up to that table, ain't nobody hollering at them. And what happens is, at the end of the night, you might go back to your apartment, and you might have a couple of Black expat women living in your apartment, and you might go out to take out the trash or whatever, and you might see Fernando, the taxi driver, creeping up out of her apartment. On the low though, or you might
felt like it was coming, Black.
Yeah, or you might see, you know, Felix, the security guard. You know, he done came up and did an annual check, but they're not gonna let you see that, you know, because when they see you out in the street with your mango or your chick, they want to clown you. Oh! I see you with your little young senorita over there, your young chico over there. Oh yeah, I know you paying a lot of money to keep that around. And then, as I said, you out in the open, being open and honest with what you do, but she over there creeping. Fernando over there, you know, at 3 in the morning. Huh? We got a little lag. I didn't hear what you say. Say that again.
No, she out there trying to shame you when she's doing the same thing. Yeah, I did definitely have a lag. But I feel like she's out there trying to shame you when she's doing the same thing that she's trying to shame you for.
Exactly. But see, she's doing it on the low. That's the thing. You know, you don't know it. You can't verify it unless, you know, you could see it for yourself, which, you know, I've seen it a couple of times. And of course, as I said, I got a couple of Black expat sisters who are friends with me, and they tell me that, you know, they've even told me themselves out of their own mouth. They're like, yo, it's crazy. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I make too much money to be dating Fernando. You know, and I see my friends, that's what they doing. They out here, you know, dating Fernando and paying Fernando on the low. They might not be paying as much as, you know, we're paying, but they still paying it. But what they're paying for is discreet. What they're paying for is secrecy. They don't want y'all knowing. Fernando is keeping it on the hush.
That's quite interesting. Let me ask you this: is it a lot of female expats there?
Oh yeah, because you have, you know, your, as I said, your digital nomads, and more are coming because what's it called? You have a couple of people who are promoting, you know, the relocation tours, and some of them will come with their moms who are retiring, and you know, because it's expensive, and mom done sold the house that they was living in. So they're like, all right, well, shoot, I ain't got no place else to live in. It's going to cost me $3,000 in order to live by myself. So shoot, I might as well just move with mom and keep living with her and just, you know, get me a job, you know, working remote. So you see a lot of that. And then you just see the ones who do have the job and they're like, all right, well, ain't nothing else going on here in the States. And it's cold. So I might as well move out and, you know, stay here during the summertime. And then, you know, once the summer's over, or I mean, once it's summer in the States, then I'll go back to the States. So they'll do like the snowbird thing, 6 months in the States, 6 months out here in Panama.
Right. Oh man. I think, like I said, I know a lot of people, like, especially because I stay in Minnesota and it's very cold up here. I know a lot of people that do that with Arizona. I think Arizona have got a lot more expensive since then, but a lot of people, when the winter comes, they'll fly out to Arizona and things of that nature. But what I was going to say about the passport system, things of that nature, is I had that same conversation with somebody. DMV, what's up, good brother? I had to shout you out. But I had that same conversation with a woman that's actually close to me, and I have love and respect for her and things of that nature. Just unfortunately, we just don't think the same. I said, when men, like, just for the the for the vast majority of men, because I cannot speak for all men, but just for the vast majority of men, what you make is not the determining factor if a man want to be with you or not. If that's a woman's determining factor, like if she don't make if he don't make six figures, I don't want him. I've never heard a man say some shit like that. Have you?
No, because the reality is we don't get to see that money. You know, if a girl makes six figures, chances are she's not going to spend it on us. I mean, unless, well, let me say, because I mean, I my brother, he's one of those guys who's like a little pretty boy, so he's been able to get chicks to pay for him for stuff. But the reason that they paying for him is because he's playing that little sob story, and they feel sorry for him. So he thinks he's a little, as we call him, a little gigolo or a little pimp kind of type of situation. But for the most part, no. A man is not, tracking a chick's money, and we're not trying to. And if they do make six figures or more, we're not trying to get her money. We're trying to basically take care of ourselves, and if we got money, then we'll take care of her. That's what usually is the standard, 9 times out of 10.
No, that's a fact. In fact, the woman that I was talking to that was talking about that, I said, if you meet a man that is more concerned about how much you make, that's more than likely not a man that you want to be in a relationship with.
Yeah, because that means that you're going to be taking care of him. And most of the chicks that I have talked to who have had, men that they was dating, they were taking care of them. Just like one of the chicks I was just recently talking about. She was like, yo, 14 years, hard labor. I was the one who was the breadwinner. I'm the one who bought the house. And when the relationship wasn't working out anymore and we was breaking it up, the dude, tried to get the house from me. We went through years of divorce of him trying to get the house from me. But it goes to show you, okay, well, the dude probably wasn't a real man or a provider anyway. But you said that in the relationship. You was the one that was providing. But then...
Right. That's a fact.
But then when I asked her, tell me the type of man, she told me, okay, yeah, he was a pretty boy with a nice body. So basically, yeah, it was just, what goes on with men in reverse. She was a pretty, he was appealing to your eyes. He fit the picture that you wanted. So that's why you was paying for it. And he knew it. Because that's what happened with guys. We will date the chick that looks good on our arm, the arm piece, the trinket. And we'll pay whatever in order to keep that picture going. We don't date the chicks that are looking like Gabby Sidibe. We're not doing that. We don't care how much money she make.
Who's Gabby Sidibe? I'm not sure who that is.
Precious.
Oh yeah, no. But at the same time, like I said last night on, I think that was Ryan's live. I think we as a society, when I say a society, I'm talking about us as black men. We place too high of a value on beauty. You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, beauty is a fleeting trait. And the women that are beautiful and things of that nature, let's just be honest, at least from my standpoint, the vast majority are terrible human beings. For you to think somebody is just supposed to cater to you just because you hit the genetic lottery in the way that you carry yourself is in my opinion, it points to you being a terrible human being. You know what I mean? Like, say, if a man think you're beautiful and things of that nature want to approach you, I get it. You don't have to be disrespectful to him. or you don't come online and talking about you want $500 for a deposit for a date. Who do you think you are? You know what I mean? Okay, let's do this. And this is what I'm going to start doing too. We're going to start tracking these chicks. We're going to start tracking these extremely beautiful chicks and see how they fare after 10, 15 years. Because I can tell you this, it didn't work out for Tracy Ellis Ross. Everybody can agree that she's beautiful. It's not working out for who the what's that? Goddamn Vivica, there you go. I don't know. It's like you read my brain. Vivica Fox. Back then, she had her pick of the litter. She went from Vivica A. Fox to looking like Vivica Ada Fox. Look at her. She's 60-some years old, just getting a BBL. Come on, but back then she felt like her status was too high. Look at Diamond from Player Club. Very beautiful.
Lisa Ray,
back then, and things of that nature. Guess what? Single and ready to mingle. Forgetting that the more your age go up, the more your stock goes down. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that women that's of a later age cannot be valued, but Alexa, stop. I'm not saying that they can't be valued. I'm just saying them with that attitude that they had when they was in their heyday, nobody want to deal with that, black, white, or other.
Nope.
So that's just my standpoint on it though. So I guess.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, a lot of people are crashing out behind that situation too. I mean, you know, especially when they start going through what they call perimenopause and all of that, because you know they're losing estrogen, and then nobody, you know, they don't have a companion, or the companion that they had couldn't put up with, you know, that pretty girl privilege that they kept on beating them in the head with, so they end up leaving. And then a lot of these girls, what do? They're like, well, I don't need you anyway. And then they'll go get a dog. They become dog moms. And then, as I said, because they start losing estrogen, and that depletion will cause their emotions to go haywire. That's what I'm starting to see a lot of too. A lot of these women, we call it the wall, okay? But really, you know, medically, they lost a whole bunch of estrogen and they're crashing out, and they don't have that man or whoever that to cover them. And that's what they're looking for right now. They're looking for that coverage. But a lot of us, we're like, yo, we're done. You know, when we wanted you and we was chasing you, you was beating us in the head and telling us, you know, you need to do this. And now it's like, okay, we done worked hard. We done improved ourselves. You all done aged out. You all can't have any kids. You all wasn't trying to help us, you know, go half on anything in order to grow together. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to, you know, choose the younger chick who can have kids, the younger chick who is willing to help and grow a legacy and keep it moving. Like you said, I mean, right now, yeah, a lot of them is trying to, you know, follow us to the country so that they think that they could get us. But we looking at them through a out of the rear view mirror. We're done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was beautifully put, Black Cleaner. Like, by the time they make it to Panama, by the time we make it to Panama, by the time we make it to Colombia, the DR, it's over with. It's over with. Like, say, it's done, bro. Like, go spend that energy on somebody that don't got their passport. Because for us, it's a wrap. I can't explain to you how much of a wrap it is. You know what I mean? Like, so much so, honestly, when I'm out of the country, I don't even want to converse with American women. Like, for what? Why? You know what I mean? Why? When I was there, y'all motherfucker act like a motherfucker need to pay y'all to come and stay with y'all. But now you want to be friendly, bitch? No, I do the old fashioned, and a lot of these people may not be old enough to remember that. But remember the Jamie Foxx go, you know, put the hands in that face, bitch, like, bitch, like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to know what's going on with you. In fact, which way you going? You going that way? All right, I'm gonna go Even though my apartment that way, I'm gonna walk this way. I don't want to even walk in the same direction as you. So that's my thing. Is interesting that you say that, but at the same time, in my opinion, that goes to show how delusional some of these individuals can be, because you got the pick of the litter here. You're literally sought after by the men that you claim that you don't want. Shout out to you, Spark Club. You're literally sought after, but once he get a different taste on his tongue, he tasting that camarones. He tasting that goddamn Dominican fried chicken. He tasting. He don't got a taste for that no more. You know what I mean? When I was younger, my family used to feed me chitlins, and I thought it was good back then. But once I realized what was going on, what it was, what it came from, and all of that shit, I said, I'll never eat it again. And I'm relating that to the experience that once I start having these experiences and things out of the country, I will never do that. Now, like I said, I still got chicks on the roster here in America. Like, it just is what it is. But as far as me trying to build a relationship, something long lasting, for me, and it's just for me, it don't have to be for anybody else. But the juice is not worth the squeeze for me. You know what I mean? But it's a part of me that think about, like, say, in the DR, to where it's never a time in America to where I told a chick we could go out to eat, and she told me, baby, don't worry about it. I could just cook at the house. Shout out to the good brother Ronan, man. How you doing, man? It's just the Christmas Eve check. I mean, the Christmas afternoon check-in. That's all, man. I just feel like I will pull up and kick it with some of my brothers. Like I said, I have me myself had some lonely Christmases. I'm gonna keep it as whatever. I have had some lonely like Christmases and things of that nature, and like I wanted to pull up just in case, like, say brothers out there, they like, shout out to DMV, he could be on the road, just want to tap in with the brothers. Shout out to like Huncho, he could be in the road and just wanted to tap in with the brothers and things of that nature. So that was the spirit behind the live tonight, man. Shout out to my good brother Black Cleaner for pulling up and dropping some game about the Panama life for us and things of that nature. So shout out to you, Ronnie, man. How was your Christmas, brother? But Black Cleaner, I 100% feel you and things of that nature. But let me ask you this: are the passport sisters on your radar as far as like dating options out there?
If they meet the eligibility requirements, yeah. Because for me, I love my sisters. It doesn't matter if they're in the U.S. or if they're abroad. I'm choosing a sister to be with, okay? But once again, my idea or what I have in my head for what I want, for my program, a lot of the sisters don't want it. Like, i.e., okay, I want children again, okay? We'll just say I make $50,000 a year. If you're willing to put in your 50,000 or whatever a year, that's $100,000 or $110,000 a year. We can, especially if we're in Panama, we can live together real comfortably on that. You know what I'm saying? And also we can do business together. That's pretty much. And let me just a side note, a story. When I ended up going to Atlanta, I go home, I'm doing the renovations on my condo to rent it out. Okay. Now everybody knows that I'm in the cleaning industry. So I do carpet cleaning and restoration. And when I was doing carpet cleaning and restoration, I have a daughter. My daughter's at the time was 17 years old. She's 18 now. But during the time 16, when I was doing the cleaning and restoration, I would sometimes take her on the road with me. And what I was trying to build was a family office, a family business, something that the family could work together, make money, and grow. Her mom's, she started doing it, but because she saw the white companies or the major corporations had a better outfit or a better presentation, she would down what I was trying to grow. And I'm saying, okay, yeah, you can go with the big major corporation like a Serve Pro or a Merry Maids or whoever, but guess what? They're not going to pay you as much as I'm going to pay you. You know, you ain't gonna go up. You can't go up in Mary Maid's office and say, you know, I want $30 an hour. They're gonna be like, nah, chick, kick rocks. You're fired. I'm paying you $30 an hour. Mary Maid is paying you $9 an hour. So really, I mean, but anyway, I'm segueing. I had that argument with her many times, and then we ended up just breaking up. Fast forward, I'm home. I have somebody come to clean my couch. Carpet cleaning company come in. This dude walks up in my house. He got his daughter with him. She's like probably the same age as my daughter, not older. And then I'm talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, me and my wife, we work together. We have a food truck business in Atlanta. I also do the carpet cleaning and restoration. And she does the dispatching and the sales for the carpet cleaning and restoration job. And we making, over 6 figures together doing this business." And I'm looking at this man and I'm like, damn, this is the life that I was trying to create. Why is it that he was able to get it, with his wife and I couldn't? So that's really so to answer your question, that's all I'm looking for. That picture right there was all that I was looking for. A girl that I can, be with. She doesn't got to be foreign. She could be American. You know what I'm saying? She just got to be able to do what it is that or cater to my program. A lot of these Black women are not wanting to cater to the man's program because they see, the major corporations have a better program, or they're more accommodating to Black American women than what we're trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because they want the easy job. They want to be able to sit in the office and just, do nothing and just run the clock up and still get a salary. And when you have your own business, a lot of times, you the dishwasher and you the owner. You got to wear all those hats. So, and that's what was going on with our business. Exactly.
That's a fact.
So, they're not wanting to do that with your business. They're like, yo, we gonna wait for you to build the business. And when you build the business, you can just put me in the corner office as your CEO. And I be telling them, I'm like, okay, if I do that, guess what? You ain't gonna be the CEO because you ain't earned that spot. And plus, you don't know how to be a CEO because you didn't help me build the business. Well, I'm just gonna go find me a man who's already built. I'm not gonna do this struggling love.
Well, with that being said, that's why in my opinion, they can't ask for the loyalty that they have, and also, in my opinion, that's why a lot of other races are beating out our race, as far as when it comes to women, because they willing to invest early. They're willing to goddamn get with you in the trenches and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of times, like, a lot of these women want a ready-made man, but at the same time, all women want a ready-made. So what make you so special to where he's gonna stop living his life and be only faithful to you? You know what I mean? When he got the pick of the litter, none of y'all wanted him coming up. None of y'all wanted him in his development stage. But now that he have developed, all you guys want him, and you want his absolute loyalty. Less than likely, in my opinion. But JM said, have you tried getting a American Black woman from the deep South like Mississippi? You know what? Before you reply to that, Jay Holiday, I would say this. And I feel like I could speak on it because I'm actually from Mississippi. Even Mississippi is tainted. It's not as tainted as the rest of the United States, but even Mississippi is tainted. You're gonna have to go to, like you say, the deep South, and it's a country town. Anywhere, the closer you get to the city, the more likely that the women are gonna be corrupt. Likely they're gonna have this mindset to where I'm not cooking and cleaning, I'm not your mama. But she wants you to pay for her nails, her hair, and in her car. And you're like, I'm not your daddy. Why you want me to pay for that for you then? You know what I mean? Which is the same women that go to work and say yes sir, no sir to their boss. And he just paying you shit, the damn near shit hourly wage, but the man that's at home giving everything that he got to you and goddamn it willing to risk his life for you. You talking about you not his mama? Okay, kick rock. But what do you say to that, Black Cleaner?
Yeah, I'm there with you because I mean, yes, I have dated a girl from a small town, and excuse me, a woman from the small town in Georgia, and we had a relationship for 9 years, and I tried to make it work, but like what you just said, you know, she was saying, well, you know, in my family, the women, we want men that we can brag on, i.e., they want to be able to, you know, sit in amongst each other and talk about how they're finessing this dude out of XYZ. That's basically what she was saying. And we would always have that argument. And actually, I wrote a book about it. Y'all can read that story in it's called Memoirs of a Narcissist. I wish I had that book on me right now, but to show you. But yeah, that's basically what that story was about. Me trying to give a sister from the South, small town, a chance. And basically, it's and really what happens in this situation, what I see is this, okay? The reason that relationships break up is usually not between the woman and the man. It's usually between the woman's ear, the people who are in the woman's ear, the third parties that are coaching her on how to finesse you, and the woman, I mean, in yourself. And then a lot of it's, you know, like that movie that Vivica A. Fox, we were just talking about her, and Morris Chestnut too can play at that game. And
play that game. Yeah, I love that movie.
Exactly. So that's basically what goes on, and that's what causes breakups in relationships. Because when we first started our relationship, everything was great, and then she started talking to her family and her friends about our relationship, and then they started coaching her on how to handle me. And I mean, I'm a nice guy, but I ain't stupid. You know, I got brothers, I got a lot of female cousins in my family. So all I got to do is just, when me and you are going through something, I'll run it back to my brothers, I'll run it back to my female cousins, and they're going to let me know the game. And just like what's going on with you, your friends and family are letting you know the game. My friends and family is letting me know the game. And now we got this game of tug of war. And really, I mean, if I've been covering you all this time, just going back to what I was saying earlier, you didn't have to worry about nothing. What is the problem? Why do you got to go listen to them? You're being covered. You're being taken care of. But what happens is they want to show you that there's a better piece, there's a better deal out there that you can go and get. And because you see on social media, you see, you know, what your friends is talking about, because maybe they might have a better deal, and they're telling you, hey, yeah, there's plenty of dudes out there that's working at the airport and TSA, and they got, you know, good benefits, and they making six figures. You need to go over there and get prettied up and go try to date one of them. You know, leave that dude alone.
They don't, though.
And that's what you.
They don't have a better situation. In fact, what I have seen in my experience is single women that keep women single. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the women that's in a relationship. Listen to her single homegirl. I'm like, baby, let's make this make sense. How can a bitch that don't got a man tell you how to keep a man? That's stupid. Like, I'm like, goddamn R. Kelly, come on, guys, that's stupid. Like, it doesn't make sense, man. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they want to look good in front of their friends. And it's not what you bring to the table, it's what they could brag about to their friends. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I say, shout out to Spark Plug. Hey, Tam, how you doing, buddy? That's what, in my opinion, that is what it is. It's not too many, and I have seen some women like that, but it's not too many of them be like, baby, you don't even got a man. Why am I listening to you? Like, me and my man been together for 15 years. I don't even know for you to be in a relationship for 15 months. How do your opinion make sense to me? So that's just very few and far between, in my opinion. But no, I feel you 100% though, Black Cleaner.
Yeah, Jay-Z said it when he was talking. He was on interview. They was interviewing him, and they was interviewing Warren Buffett, and Jay-Z was like, our people, we love the shiny stuff. And that's really what it is. It's the stuff that sparkles. You could have a perfectly good relationship going on. Everything is going great, but then somebody's going to show you something that's sparkling and shiny, and then you're going to go for that and forsake everything that you got going on. Yep. And then in the end, you go over there and then you realize that sharp, shiny thing, once you obtain it, is worthless.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But then even when let's just say they do hit the jackpot and they do get with a dude that could do all of that could meet their financial needs and things of that nature. Now they talking about, oh, he don't spend enough time with me. Well, baby, you gotta choose. Do you want a man to go out there and get the money and give you be able to afford what you want, or do you want a man that's going to sit up under you and spend that quality time with you? The chances are you're not going to get a chance to get both, babe. But because women, especially women in America, they have been sold this ideology that you're a princess. Everything is supposed to be to your whim. Everything is supposed to go the way that you see things going. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm gonna say this. Some dope game that I heard, I think it was on the Chronic 2000, it was Eddie Griffin, where he said the biggest pimp in America is her mama. Because it's her mama that told her, get you a man with a good job, girl. Get you a man with a good car, girl. Get you a man with a house, girl. What happened to falling in love with a nigga with a bus pass just because you plain old love the nigga? You see what I'm saying? But they don't want that. They want the man ready-made nigga, but then they want his loyalty 100%. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Shout out to Rick Ross. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym, but and then when you go, you feel like you need half of this. That's how delusional these motherfuckers are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all by design. It's all by design. It's a way to, keep us drained. Somebody said, it might have been you when they was talking about how society won't allow you to advance unless you are married or if you have a woman. The reason being is because the woman becomes your handler. They can use the woman to control you.
Yep.
So that's really what's going on. And and you're correct about Eddie Griffin talking about that. I call it Disney University because they've all been indoctrinated by Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella. What's it called? What's the other one? With the Little Mermaid, the Princess and the Frog. All of these is basically saying the same thing. There's going to be a Prince Charming or a knight in shining armor who's going to come and whisk you away, and you're going to be living happily ever after. The Beauty and the Beast, all of those. So, and in the end, what happens? People don't really know what happily ever after really is. They just say, you see them kissing and hugging, and then they go off, and then you see a castle at the end, and you thinking, she's being a kept woman or whatever. You don't know what was going on. He probably might have put her on the trap. He might have sent it. But you over there trying to follow that, that little notion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely need to get back to that old loving that Shantae Moore was talking about.
Yeah, that's just like say me and my company last night. We was listening to Ella Mai, her latest song and things that is The Little Things. I said, do we got an American version of that? to where a woman just talking about how much she appreciate a nigga. You know what I mean? Just the not even the big things, the little things. What is the American version of that? You know what I mean? To where a woman just making a song or just saying how much she appreciate a motherfucker. We got your clothes folded at the door. When I was with you, you want to fold in my clothes, but now that it's over, you want to fold them at the door, bitch. I would have just rather you throw them in the bag if that's the case. You know what I mean? But that's my opinion. But I think, like you say, that's by design. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
That's
That's hilarious what you just said. You said I've been with you in a relationship this whole time, and now it's the end of the relationship. Now you want to fold my clothes. If you was folding my clothes the whole time, maybe I wouldn't have been out here, doing what I needed, doing what I had to do in order to make myself happy and at peace.
That's a fact. You see what I'm saying? Hilarious. But that's what they pushing on the American consumer. You know what I mean? Breakup culture and all of that stuff. I got your clothes by the door and they folded. What? Come on. All right. Well, if that's the case, baby, yeah, you better off alone. You know what I mean? I could do bad all by myself. You a dumb bitch. Here's the thing. You rather pay 100% of what you got going. Now, as they get older, their minds sort of change. But you rather to pay 100% of what you got going on opposed to paying 50%. And I'm not even a 50% type of brother. But what I'm saying is looking at it from a business standpoint, and all motherfuckers are so smart and this, that, and the third, wouldn't it be more financially beneficial for the both of you guys to pay 50-50 and you got some savings and he got some savings and y'all could come together and build something? No, I'd rather be by myself. All right, bitch. That's why you got 3 dogs right now, and they eat dinner with you every night.
Yep, and they cuddle with you too when they want some warmth. So right. Yes, and they don't mind that neither. But the funny thing is this, because I talked about this as well. I call it the Clark Kent syndrome. Okay, Lois Lane, is always looking for Superman, and Superman is sitting right there in front of her eyes, okay, working with her. She, at the Daily Planet, you know what I'm saying? But she don't like the dude who's her co-worker. She want to be saved. And guess what? When Clark Kent turns into Superman, he ain't got time to be, trying to be with you and only you. Why? Because he got too many hoes out here to go save. But Clark Kent is with you all the time.
I think Black Cleaner, you hit on something. But now here's the thing, Black Cleaner, I think you hit on something there, because that same story conundrum goes on with Peter Parker. He lived next door to Mary Jane. I mean, you can throw a rock and bust her window. And he there and he worship her dirty drawers, and she want a nigga in tights that she can't even see his face. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. You
because as we just said, you don't want the dude who's going 50-50. You want the dude who's going to do 100-0. You want to be saved. You want the dude who's going to do 100% and you could sit there and be like, oh, I got a real man.
Yeah. Well, guess what? That real man, you got 10% of him, because 9 other chicks is sharing him with you.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Telling you got a real man. Back to the ghetto you go. You know what I mean? And that's 6 figures. Like you bring up Kevin Samuels. And he got quite a few quotes that I use in that nature, but one of them is, how many times do a man got to run off with the waitress from Hooters before y'all realize it's not how much you make? You know what I mean? Before y'all understand that what you make is not what a man is looking for, at least the man that you want. Because guess what? If a man is making 6 figures a year, 150, 200,000 a year, what you make is just extra, baby. We can do fine, just no matter The episode to where the chick's talking, I got my own business. He was like, how much you make a year? She was like 40,000, 40. He said, I'll pay you that just to go get sandwiches. Baby, you when you might would like, if that's how you feel, you want your own money, I'll pay you that to go get sandwiches for the people at the workplace. You know what I mean? Like, that's nothing. Can you be subservient? Can you be fun, fit, and cooperative? So yeah, no, I think you, no, you crushed it with that, because I never thought about it. It's so, and I'm gonna look into other dynamics to where the person, that the man that had his eye on the woman had to become some type of superhero to get her, and he been there in her face the whole time. The whole time. Yeah, no, you shitted with that, Black Cleaner.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And yeah, I mean, I don't, as I said, I love my sisters, so I don't like to man bash, you know, my sisters. You know, I'm the one, as I said, I'm gonna give you an A when I see you. When I walk down the street and I see a sister walking through the mall, I'm gonna approach you. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? Are you from the States? And a lot, you know, and that's what happens. I'll go there and I'll say hello, and then they'll look at me and they'll be like, yeah, I'm from the States. And then I'll try to, you know, create a conversation, and then they'll get all standoffish with me. And the moment that I see that you're being standoffish, I end the conversation, because I already see where it's going. It's like you thinking I'm thirsty, and I'm like, nah, I'm not being thirsty. I just saw a sister, and I'm in. We're all out of the country. You know, we're in here. Nobody speaks English, so I'm just happy to see a sister that I could, you know, speak English and conversate with. But as soon as you get all standoffish, oh, this nigga thirsty. Conversation over. We ain't got to speak, because no, because thirsty is the last thing I am in Panama.
Yeah, I could believe it. See, but at the same time, I think they're gonna get the picture. This is what just happened. Far as, like, say, the weirdo shit and shit like that. That was a hiccup in the community, and you got people in the back licking their chops. You know what I mean? Oh, I knew they was all like this, that, and the third. Bro, that was an isolated incident. Do you know incident? Do you know how many Black American men have their passport? And you gonna paint us all with this broad
Broad.
brush
Mhm.
because, yeah, broad brush, because someone think, because one person is a sicko. Well, if that's the case, we could, you women been sick for a long time, and if it is the white people, oh my God, more sickos come from you than anywhere else. It was two white boys not too long ago that was trying to start a colony of slaves or some shit. Like, how sick can you be, little dude? And you can't fight. So I guess. But I
Yeah.
digress, though, man. Like I say, I'm pulling up in Panama, man. I can't wait to check out Panama. I heard nothing but great things about Panama and things of that nature. That's actually on my move to list. So yeah, man, I can't wait to pull up in Panama and check Panama out.
Yeah, you'll love it. As I said, I mean, if you haven't been here, it has all of the nuances of every place: DR, Colombia, Mexico. All of those is all wrapped into one. You know, and whatever you're looking for that you didn't, that you had in Venezuela, whatever you had in Colombia, whatever you had in DR, it's here. You just got to know where to look.
That's a strong statement, Black Cleaner.
Hey, I just took Miguel and another tourist on a tour today. I showed them what I meant. If you know, you know. And that's another thing
So
too. That, you know, I don't mind being a good
with
ambassador to anyone, like sisters, or if you're around my age, if you're, you know, late 20s to 55, I don't mind being an ambassador and showing you around and showing you a good time. Because, you know, I love showing off Panama, because that's how people, you know, did to me. So I just like paying it forward.
Yeah, no, that's dope, bro. And a lot of people could get that in your spirit. Let me address MJ Ray Faces. That are you tracking the news of the guy that got arrested for dealing with little ones in Brazil? He was no. That's why I say I'm not no longer. That's why I haven't used that term over here since that it came out. Just because I'm not no longer affiliating myself with anything that could be like, say, painted with a broad brush. Just because, like, say, for me, I looked at it as a brother with a passport. You know what I mean? That's what I looked at it as. But obviously, like, say, it's been turned into something sinister because I heard somebody say, actually, I think it was today or yesterday, like, white men been passport bros for years. We don't see no hit pieces on them. We don't see nobody, but for the most part, it's our own people, the people that look like us that get on here and criticize us for looking for somewhere different. If it didn't work here, how are you mad at somebody going somewhere else? How does that make sense? Mr. Peppers, what up, good brother? How was your Christmas? So yeah, no, like I say, and that's just the thing. Like say, yeah, we black men with the passport are easy targets. You know what I mean? You should stay your ass on the plantation. How does that make sense? How does that make sense to? At least it don't make sense to me. If somebody in there that where it makes sense at, like, please let me know. Well, if you black
And the
and
funny
you,
thing is that when they've been on what we consider passport bro content creators podcasts on the panel, they themselves came out their mouths and said, "I'm not a passport bro." Both all the e-baggers, because I've seen them on a couple of the passport bro content creators, the people who have actually coined the term and represented hard. Yes, I'm a passport bro. I created the passport bro moniker. I'm the first one to use it. But of course, he's not, promoting that kind of filth on his channel. Okay. And then when he had those people on his channel to interview them, he asked them, "Are you a passport bro?" And they said, "No, I don't affiliate myself with the passport bro movement. I'm just out here. I'm a content creator, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." So me, myself, okay, I can consider myself to be a military bro. I can consider myself to be an expat. I can consider myself to be everything but a passport bro. But guess what? I'm still going to hold down the flag for passport bro because it really doesn't matter what I consider myself to be, because they're going to talk anyway. They're going to call you something negative anyway. So, whatever you say, I'll be that. And I just keep it moving. But just like what DMV was talking about on your last live, as long as they put happy at the end of it, I'm good. Just mind your business, because I'm not doing nobody no harm.
go ahead. I think I got a terrible lag. Well, I was gonna say, JM says the BMT has pledged support to Floyd. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. And I get it. Like say a lot of people saying like, bro, let's just wait till all the evidence and things that come out and things. And I definitely get it. You know what I mean? That makes sense. But like I say, it wasn't a reason, but it was a cause. Like I say, when I think about shit like that, I think about my daughter. You know what I mean? Like to me, bro, that in the fact before that even happened, if you go back and watch my live, well, nobody took it down now, just because I don't even want that to be something that people could replay or try to turn my words against me and things of that nature. But I've said that on my live. I was like, bro, it hit home for me because I have a daughter. You know what I mean? And that's different. Yeah, I get it. They say the parents was complicit. That just means it was more than one sick person involved, in my opinion. And can you call a person a parent if they really do that? Those was life givers. Those was breeders. Those are not parents because is implied. You know what I mean? Protection is implied when it comes to your parents. So if a person that would do that, That's not a parent in my eyes. That's just a life bringer. That's just a storage for life. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest, bro. So that's my thing.
I agree.
Yeah, I know. BMT is the founder. Well, you know what, MJ, another brother pulled up and said that I think it was King Sigma, Sigma King or something. He said he coined the phrase. To me, at this point, it don't matter who coined it. That's just something that I'm not gonna be representing no more. Not because of any of who coined it and things of that nature, because for me it started off as a beautiful thing. I thought it was black men exploring the world, you know what I mean? But they could put you into this box because he said he's this and you said that you're this, y'all somehow the same. Yeah, no, I'll opt out of that. Thank you, but no thank you. So BMT can have it, King Sidman can have it. I still support the community, but that's not no longer. I would not anything that I would any longer refer to myself as.
Well, you having a web, excuse me, you having a podcast and doing a lot of lives, I can understand why you would want to take that off your agenda, because at the moment, and I think Ryan, we talked about that a long time ago. As soon as you put that in your SEO, it limits your algorithm, who they're going to promote your page to. So yeah, you definitely want to take it out of your SEO so that you can cater to a broader audience. Because I mean, really, I mean, we're not on here doing YouTube, just out of love, for our kinfolk. We are out here trying to, create a separate stream of income. So in order for us to create a separate stream of income, we have to understand, all right, well, the algorithm is going this way. And prime example is Cardi B going overseas to Saudi Arabia to do a concert. And Nicki Minaj went over there and did a concert, and they kicked her off a stage because, she was being ratchet. And, or well, I'm not even gonna say being ratchet. I'll just say that she was being a normal American doing her normal show. Okay. Twerking and all of that. And they're like, hold up, we don't do that over here in Saudi Arabia. Get your, get off the stage. And then Cardi B just went over there and she covered herself up. And she did her whole show, being accommodating to their culture, and got to that bag. Exactly. So sometimes we got to understand what's going on. Exactly, and adhere to the guidelines.
Yep, that's a fact. That's why I tell so many people over here, like, I'm free with you, like, expressing yourself in the type of way. I'm cool with it, but at the same time, you got to keep in mind this is not my house. This is YouTube house, and when you go into somebody's house, you got to abide by that house rules. You know what I mean? So if they want you to goddamn it wipe your shoes at the door, that's what you need to do. If some houses up here in Minnesota, they want you to take your shoes off at the door, that's what you need to do to enter their home. So that's a thing like that. That's why I tell people, like, you got to abide by the guidelines and the rules. Now, with that being said, I wasn't going to even talk about it, but since you brought her up, what you think about Nicki Minaj's most recent appearance with Turning Point USA?
I don't know anything about that. Enlighten me.
Well, Turning Point USA, that was the foundation that was either founded or co-founded by Charlie Kirk, and and he actually talked about. They got clips of him literally talking about how Nicki Minaj is a bad representation for the black community. It's like she's literally rapping like, and he didn't use the song right, but like she's one of the ones that rap about how wet her genitalia is. Like it's just crazy, and she cannot be a role model for the black community. She shouldn't be a role model for the black community and things of that nature. But at the same time, now she's on their platform because Charlie Kirk is no longer, he's in the afterlife, no matter like whatever, and he's in the afterlife. But now she's on stage with Charlie Kirk's wife, and now she's pandering to white people. She was talking about oh, I should you should be fine to feel beautiful and white. I would kind of I don't want to quote her because right now I would misquote her and things of that nature. But the gist of it was, it's like she was just pandering to white people. And then, a lot of the Barbs, a lot of people that support Cardi B, from what I've heard, is large in the transgender community. You know what I mean? And I was like, say, the transgender community, and she came at them like, just be a boy. There's nothing wrong with being a boy. And you got so many people that's now boycotting her. Joe Budden came out and he's boycotting her. There's a lot of people boycotting her now because what's going on now. They said it was like is more likely a back office deal that she had going on. Not only did they pay her, but she's lobbying for certain favors. But a lot of people is like she was pandering to the white community, and goddamn it, she was talking on her community. So not only that, she called Trump handsome. Like, I don't think I've never seen somebody call Trump handsome.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm with Tariq Nasheed on what he says about Nicki Minaj and Rihanna and Cardi B. They're not FBA. They're not like us. So of course they're going to pander to, those communities that's going to pay them the bigger bag, no matter how detrimental it is to the Black American community that was here from the soil, because they don't consider themselves to be us. They consider themselves to be Caribbean. Nicki Minaj is from Trinidad. Yeah. Exactly. Rihanna is from Barbados.
Cardi B is goddamn Dominican.
See? Yep. Yeah. So,
DMB, what's up, good brother? How you doing?
What's going on? I wasn't gonna come on, but I'm glad you brought that up, because if she's speaking positive stuff, saying right, we shouldn't do certain things, she's pandering to white people. But if she telling us to do ignorant stuff, she's keeping it real. We can't win. And then on the other hand, Cardi B is not even Black, and she can do whatever she wants and say whatever she wants to get Black people to do anything, and we're okay with it. We are such stupid ass people. We are dumb. We sell ourselves out to the worst people. We sell out everything. Businesses, music, we sell it all. And then we wonder why people do not respect us. Because it's easy not to.
I'll be right back, gentlemen. But keep cooking, brother.
It's easy not to. We might take the ignorant part of us and call it culture. For what? What culture do Black Americans really have? Truthfully, our culture is white culture.
Hold
That's
on, hold
all.
up, hold up,
That's
hold up.
all
Wait,
you
hold
know.
up,
No, no,
hold up.
wait. Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. No, wait. Take it out. Listen. We don't know nothing about Africa. We don't know nothing about any of these places where, right, these slaves went to. That's why every, that's why every time we go to another country, we try to belong. But guess what? We might have the same skin color, but when it comes down to it, they look at you as an American. And yeah, go ahead, Cleaner.
Where you from?
Huh?
I said, where are you from?
Virginia.
Okay, would you consider yourself to be foundational Black American, or is your parents from the Caribbean or any place else?
Nope. Just here.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Okay, so your family's from Virginia. So your great grandfather is from Virginia as well.
Yes.
What's the furthest that you can go back in terms of your family, in terms of records?
Third grandmother.
Your third, so your great grandmother. I mean, your great
Yeah.
great grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever been to where your great great grandmother was born or lived?
Yes. And I know where you are trying to get to. I'm not speaking of the ones that are uh the American Jamaicans, the American Africans, the American the American Brazilians. They are totally different from Black Americans. They're totally different.
Okay, what the reason I'm saying that is because um my family is from, well, I got my grandfather's family who's from North Carolina, and then I got my father's family and my grandmother's family that's from Georgia. Okay, country towns in Georgia. So both sides of my family would be foundational Black Americans from the soil. Okay, and you said something about Black Americans not having a culture, and that Black Americans' culture is white culture. And I have to give you some pushback and disagree on that, because the one thing that I don't remember my great grandparents. I do know I have been to where they had land, and I know their story. Okay.
Okay.
And actually, hold on one second. Let me show you all something. Okay. I actually created a shirt. I'm about to show you all real quick. And I'm just going to tell you a story. All right. Let me put this shirt right here for you all to see. The story is very important to talk about. Our family does have culture. Here's my great. Hold on.
You turned your camera off, Black Cleaner.
I know.
Oh damn, he must was having problems. So, okay, I'm adding you back now,
No,
Black Cleaner.
I'm back. I'm back. I just wanted to show you. Okay,
You know,
so
he had
that's my
dropped
great
down for
great
a second, so I had
grandfather.
to bring you back up. We
Okay,
can't see your camera, good brother.
can you see it now?
Nope. Hold on, let me take down this banner. Okay, now we can see you. Yep, good.
All
Let me
right,
give you the
that's my
simultaneous
great.
screen, good brother.
This is a shirt that I created. That's my great grandfather. Okay, he did not read, did not know how to read, but he was very gifted with his hands. I actually created this for him because he worked and he saved all of his money, Bray Street, the Hustler's Corner. And I want to tell you this story. Hold on, I'm about to come back. All right. He worked and saved every dime of his money. And what he did with his money was he bought land. He had 13 kids, okay? And he bought an acre of land for every one of his children because he was playing the long game. He was planning to make sure that his kids had land that they could build and, raise their family on. He had so much land in his town that he lived in Georgia. He was one of the richest men in that small city, to the point that the white men in that city hated him. And he was making so much money that when the Ford Model Ts came out, he actually bought himself a car, and he was one of the first black men in his town to actually have a car. Now, everybody's seen Rosewood when the dude was mad at the teacher for having a piano in his house. He was like, that dude got a piano in his house. I don't got a piano. And then they went over his house and they torched it. So pretty much it was the same kind of envy that happened with my great grandfather. What they did, because they knew that he didn't know how to read, they called him into the office to sign, for his property taxes for the land. And they told him to make his mark. When people can't read, they make their mark, which means they just put an X there. So they called him in the office and they said, it's time to make your mark. And he was like, yo, it ain't that time. It ain't time for me to make my mark yet. What are you talking about? But they're like, yo, we need you to come up in here and make your mark. So he went up in there. He couldn't read the documents. He's just thinking that he's going there to do the normal, pay his taxes and keep it moving. The documents that he was making his mark on signed over his rights to all of his land. They took his land from him. And when I went back in 2021 to go look at the town where my great grandfather was, they named a street after him on the land that they took from him. That's all he got, was a street with his name on it, some symbolic. They didn't apologize and give him the land or give the family the land back. They just named the street after him and kept it moving because, he was a nice, good old black man. But the point that I'm saying to you with the whole culture thing is, we as Black Americans we're the ones that create the culture for this country. We've created the music, we've created the work ethic, we've created styles. They was even talking about the GPS that we use today was actually invented by a lady named Gladys West, who was working for NASA, and it was her mathematics and she didn't even know it. It was her mathematical equations on satellite usage was the thing that created the global positioning system. And she didn't even know it. They're the one, and now it's her mathematical equations that they put into the computer programs that we use as our GPS every day. Is that white culture? No, that's Gladys West's culture, and she's a foundational Black American. Okay, fiber optics. A black man created that. There's a lot of things
something and something being culture is something totally different. But I get what you are saying. Your
define culture. Let me ask you that question. What does culture mean?
Define culture.
Culture to me is something yes, it is something that right we all do without thinking about it, that has been passed on throughout generations, and only our people do it. Just only our people do it. We don't have that no more. That has left. That
Okay.
is gone. Boy, say that.
Okay.
Now,
Now
wait,
let
wait,
me
wait,
tell
wait,
you.
wait, wait.
Hold on, because your there is a dictionary definition, and then there's your definition, and your definition is incorrect.
Okay,
Culture, okay, comes from the root word cult, to elevate. Okay, so it is things that we do in order to elevate us. Okay, and the things that have been implemented in place in America are the things that we create, that have elevated us throughout the time that America has been created, came from us. So America or white people are following our culture. We're not following Americans, white people's culture.
okay. Now, as far as the definition, that there I did not know the uh, definition, but as far as the word
Shout out to you for
culture,
that, bro.
the right way it is talked about, it is not in a good way. Now, right, what you said, I love that. That is great.
Okay. Okay, so let me reply to you, DMV, because I like Black Cleaner started to cook, and I think he was on a great path, so I didn't want to interrupt him. So once again, and shout out to you for pulling up, Black DMV. You've been watching my channel long enough to know what they call me, right?
Hey, I do the same thing.
Push back Charlie, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
allow me to push back. Why why would you use such a damaging term if you didn't know the true meaning of it?
It wasn't damaging. That's what we do.
The way
When right, we talk
you can
about
ask the chat, and that's why Black
throwing money.
Cleaner
But wait.
replied the way that he did, because it sounded damaging. When you
No,
say
no, no,
something
no, no, no. It's not damaging, because while we damage ourselves talking about throwing money, jewelry, and all this stuff is part of our culture. That there is what we do to
once again, hold on,
ourselves.
DMV. Once again, how can you use the term culture if you don't know what it means? Because
You're
if
right.
you knew what the term culture means, you wouldn't say throwing money in the club was culture. That's not culture.
Very true. But right, whenever we say it, there never is no pushback on it.
Yeah, at best, that's a trend. It's not a culture. Culture is somebody said it
that
in
I agree.
It's jazz, gospel, black churches, hip hop, HBCU. Which I got a little pushback on HBCUs, but for this, I think it works well. That's culture. The fact that black people eat black eyed peas on New Year's, that's culture. The fact that, goddamn it, there's certain things that we don't do. Like if somebody swept your foot right now, what you gonna do, DMV? With a broom, what you gonna do?
Oh yeah,
Spit on it.
You ain't stupid about no. We ain't doing that. That there, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, but let me land the plane for when you come on and you say now, and I can tell you why it's damaging, because you said not only do we not have any culture, you called us dumb. The term you use is stupid, and those two things that you pair together, so you cannot say it's not damaging. You know what I mean? And immediately my antennas go up. I'm like, for one, like, bro, I get it that you make good money and things of that nature, but have you been in some rooms with some well-to-do black people?
But see, I understand about that. I'm not talking about the well-to-do black people. I'm talking about the ones that think that everything they see and hear on TV is how we are supposed to act. Maybe
Okay,
I didn't do a good job of clarifying what I was saying, but that is what I'm on.
but and
As
shout
far
out to
as
you,
the
and
ones that
shout out
are
to you
on that,
for shout out to you for admitting that it could be a faux pas that you made, and I'm completely on par with that. But we got to be careful for one how we relay ourselves online, and not only that,
true.
how we identify our own community online. Because, like as I've stated earlier, nobody's more hypocritical of us than us. And
Right, right,
that's
right.
crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like anybody could look at a broke down car and say that car is broke down. The motherfucking tires on flat. It don't look like it. How do we fix it? How do we fix it? That's how you bring goddamn it validity and goddamn it growth to the community. Pointing out a car that's broke down is not helping the community at all, good brother. And not just that, when the George Floyd riots went on here, and I said this before on the live, when the George Floyd riots went on here, these old folks was coming out talking about, oh, tell these young kids to stop vandalizing places and shit like that and do just that and the third. And my thing was like, okay, well, you had your turn to protest. You did your thing. You didn't get nothing from it. So what can you tell these kids that's out there expressing themselves the way that they do? I agree with it? No. But unless you're giving them a better alternative, let them do what the fuck they do. So to come on here and just now, shout out to you, DMV. I feel like I'm getting more animated than I should be. But it's
No, do your thing.
at the same time, I have seen this numerous of times, man, to where we put each other down so much in our own community. How can we build with that? You know what I mean? The same way that a black cleaner, a proud FBA person, and a lot of people like say in the back off, like, bro, you be coming off like Akbar. So I know that's not what you want for your channel, but I'm a proud black man.
But see, you said I was putting folks down. No, that the reason why I came on here is because when you was talking about what's
Nicki
her damn
Minaj.
name? Yeah, yeah. With like her changing her tune on like certain stuff.
Turning point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You you said she's pandering to white people. How come she couldn't just realize the stuff she was doing in in her past led certain people that look like her downright the wrong path. But we will praise a person like Carl, a girl like Carly B that is not of our culture, and and take her as one of us. That's crazy.
Okay, I get that. And my response to that is Nicki Minaj have a large enough following to where if that was a conundrum that she came to, if that was a big bright idea that she came to, she could have broadcasted to her people and had just as many eyes on it. Saying that's just like NBA YoungBoy a long time came out and said, man, bro, I kind of don't like the music that I make. The music that I make then got a lot of people hurt. Even some people deleted. He didn't have to go on the very goddamn people that say that they're against you.
But what
Let's not
if
take
her
that thing.
people didn't give her a chance to do that? We
No,
don't
no,
know that.
what you mean? I don't get what you're saying.
What if her people did not give her a chance to change her tune on certain stuff? We don't know that.
That doesn't make sense, my brother, and I'll tell you why. No matter
Why?
how many people we're talking about, a stadium filling artist. We're talking about a person. It's not many
Yes.
people that can sell out the fucking Madison Square Garden, but she is one of them. You mean to tell me she couldn't throw a show there and get a message across? You had to go on stage to these people and pander to them? Because yes, she's pandered to them just because, for one,
Yes.
the person that ideally created this movement and things of that, as far as turning point and things of that, he specifically pointed her out. She's not a good role model. We want nothing to do with her. And for her to go on there and change, and not only pander to white people, but she turned her back on her own fans. I've never been a Nicki Minaj fan like that. She's cool and things of that nature, but I just never been a fan.
How does she turn her back on her own fans if right she's not in that type of mood no more? She changed how she views her own music. That's wrong.
What did she say? Did you watch the interview, my good brother?
No. I'm just going off of what you said.
So once again, we are having some very interesting dialect, but I will say, if you haven't seen the interview, you cannot knowingly go back and forth if you haven't seen it. Because when you ask me how is she doing it, it's like I really have to send you a clip, because I'm giving you my understanding, what I seen and what other people agree that they seen. That's what I'm telling you. When a lot of her shout out to Joe. When a lot of her music, when a lot of her fan base is from the Transformer community, and I have nothing to do with that, yay or nay, I'm not even in that discussion. But when she speak directly to them, people that have been following her for years and things of that nature, in a derogatory type of way, yes, she is turning her back on her fans. By definition, my good sir. That's just like me. After I blow up on YouTube, I come on here and say, fuck the passport community. Fuck any black man with a passport. That's exactly what that's like, brother. Which I would never do.
No, I get what you're saying, but people also have the right to change their mind and change their viewpoint on things. We all just can't stay the exact same.
So she must be changing her fan base as well. Because
if that's what it comes down to,
sides, hold on. If you're choosing sides, all right, and
I'm not
the
choosing
people
no
who
side.
fed you, who propped you up and put you in millionaire status, okay, and now you're about to choose, we'll just say a sponsor, or you're about to collab with someone who is against your fan base, then evidently that means that you're also changing your fan base as well.
Yes.
Agree.
Hey, sometimes you have to change friends because, check it out. If we never what's the word I'm looking for?
And you're saying that's a good thing.
I'm not saying it's good for anyone, because as far as Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, I never liked them anyway.
Oh, then why are we talking about it?
Because just like Pushback Charlie, hey, Pushback is fun.
Say that again?
Just like Pushback Charlie, Pushback is fun.
Okay.
I
just wanted everybody to hear that.
Let me say this. It's not that it's fun, but see what you got to understand, like saying, I'm sure you done been on the channel long enough to where even when people in the chat has a different point of view than I do. I tell the mods like, let them rock. You know what I mean? Long as they're not being disrespectful, let them rock. It's not that it's fun. I just feel like when a lot of brothers come up here and they just say some things that are blatantly untrue, i.e., to where you say black American people have no culture and things of that nature, I have to give that pushback. It's not that it's fun. It's just that I feel like it's my duty as a person to have a platform, because where they say silence is compliance. Now, it's some things that I don't even know about. So my silence is because I don't know about it. And I'm not informed enough to speak about the situation. But when I am informed about it and you say things that I know, I happen to know not be true, it's my obligation to speak on it, good brother. It's not that it's fun. I mean, fun is a byproduct for sure. But that's not why I do it. I do it because, for one, like say, if I was to like say if you came up here and that's the only thing you said, and I mean if that's what you said and I had no pushback on it, that would be a disjustice, because I have to challenge those ideas that you have. When you say black people have no culture, okay, let's dig into that. What is culture? You just said you didn't know what culture was, so that was a statement, in my opinion, that you shouldn't have used. You should have used something else that you knew what it means in place of culture, because that is a big thing. And then you covered it with saying black people are stupid, which is a double down on that thing. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I have to do as a person to have a platform. But there's that.
Very true.
Chat,
And
where you from? Shout out. I'm gonna get to some of these what's names, because I think Jody in the what's name cooking. She said, no, she changed. And a lot of people said she's doing it for political favors, which is also another form of selling out her people. It says no, she turned her back on the gay community. Yes, and that's what I was speaking to. That's what I was alluding to earlier, that's a large percentage of her fan base. But true, that was done with okay, yep. And she said she don't pick her battles well. This is not making any sense. I'm sorry. Elaborate. What's not making sense, love? She is locked in her court. Going anywhere. Yeah, that guy is not making. Oh, she said that. Okay. Yeah, no. Say, here's the thing about my channel. I love when people have a different point of view, because I'm not so closed-minded to where I cannot change my mind. That's a fact. But at the same time, you're going to have to combat the knowledge that I know, not just with information, but you got to do it coherently and let me know that my ideas are not comparing to yours. My ideas don't hold a candle to yours. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure. You said but no, continue DMV.
now, as far as right saying stupid, that part there, yes. Me, I was 100% wrong. Yes.
And you
But
know what?
as
Not to cut you off. Once you get done with this, we can move past it, because I'm not the guy to kick a dead horse. You know what I mean? Unless
oh
it's
yeah.
talking.
Hey,
Once you
I
suggest
have no problem ever saying I am shoot wrong. Never. And right, what I was saying as far as the word culture, it's how we say culture is, but as far as the definition, that is perfect. All right. Now, as far as her changing on whatever people she chose to do it with, she can do it however she wants to. I have zero fight with anything she choose to do. I just don't buy her stuff.
agree.
I just don't do it. But as far as folks saying she's trying to sell out and all, but in all of this stuff, so what? She's a entertainer. She has not been relevant for what? How long? And if she chooses to change, okay, change. Do something better than right what right you did with all that. other stuff you woman did before. Trying the fans you had, if right, you were trying to move in a more positive place, try to change them in a more positive way. And yeah, that's it.
No, I feel you. And I think Jody just hit it on the head. She said she could do whatever she wants, but just know that there is consequences. You know what I mean? Then a risk change of her mind. Yeah, those definitely consequences. On the simple fact that like she built her fan base off of that current mind after the off of that mindset that she had. So to go there and to pander, like I said, she pandered, and unless you watched it, I don't think you could um full-heartedly or educationally wise um debate that. You know what I mean? You have to go watch it and see how she pandered to them. You know what I mean? For one, like I say, the way that she was on Trump nuts and shit like that. Like, come on, let's not act like these people are famous philosophers and shit like that. You know what I mean? Let's not
Oh
you watch
yeah.
not while she's sitting there with that long silk pressed hair to where she got to move from up under her before she sit down. She's trying to look like the woman that's across from her. Because us as people out here grow out. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that you did and to put in hair that's not yours to look more like this person even was a more insult to it's insult to injury. They're putting salt on the wound, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But at the same time, to come on here like and take the standpoint that you had, like I said, I won't repeat it because you admitted that it was wrong and things of that nature. But I think it's too much of that and not enough of what can we do to push each other forward that goes on in our community. You know what I mean? So there's that. But salute to my good brother Ryan pulling up and showing love, man. How you doing, bro? But at the same time, like say, I get it, man. I like say some of my closest people are from the this community of ours, people that I speak to every day. You know what I mean? Like people actually have my personal number, which I'm just realizing now I can't give everybody my personal number, so I'm about to get another phone in probably about another week or so, just to speak to people like from this aspect of my life. But at the same time, we're that's why I said I'm gonna burn this bitch down because my thing is about how do we push each other forward? How do we get to the next stage in life? And shout out to you, DMV, for pulling up, but we need more brothers like you saying, what can I do to help push us forward? Opposed to saying, oh, this is this, that, and the third. We don't have no culture. Because I beg to differ. Our American culture here has made it around the world.
Okay, Charlie.
Yes, sir.
Now you said you wanna burn this bitch down. Get out all that
To the motherfucking ground. Yes, sir.
get out all that negative stuff and everything else, right?
Yes, sir.
But what if she is trying to do the same thing? She started off one way,
Mhm.
the side could switch this way, but
Um,
she's just doing it in a different way.
I got great pushback for that. I have the perfect pushback for that. But people in the chat have kept inquiring where are you from. I think the name kind of give it away, but you want to
Yeah.
elaborate on that
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
type shit. So yeah, here's the thing. Let me ask you this: as a new YouTuber, do you think the people that I'm reaching, fuck a candle, hold a spark from a lighter to Nicki Minaj's reach?
It don't matter.
It actually do matter
It's still
because
changing for you want to change for the better, right?
mm,
What if she wants to do the same thing, regardless of how much money she got?
no, 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 no. I think you missed the whole thing. the community that I'm saying I'm burning down in the community. I'm not going nowhere on no other podcast that has nothing to do with what we got going on, talking about how I'm going to burn this down. I'm telling us how I'm going to burn it down. I'm telling us how we need to get better. I'm telling us to focus and be the man where you stand so that way you can be the man where you land. I'm doing it here. With the small followers that I got, with the small amount of goddamn people that pull up to me, that's who I'm talking to. She went to the whole opposite side. She went to the opposite side to enforce this change. I'm not buying that, my good brother. Because
but what if that's the only place that would take her?
Say that again?
But what if that was the only place that could take her?
And what if Never Never Land really existed, bro? That is
very true.
Why?
Why don't it make sense?
Allow me to tell you why. Because she could have a concert and have more people that was at that little gathering than she could have more people at her concert than the people that was at her gathering. You talking about reach? Not only is that her community, but it would have reached out to a lot more people. That's why.
But if she chose the way to do it, how she did it, that's how she chose to do it.
Then that's fine, but she chose to do it wrong.
Yes, it might have been wrong for you, but it could have been right for her.
No, she's losing money.
This is what I would say to that.
Go ahead, Black Link.
Because I mean, I'm not following this whole situation, but okay, if Turning Point is was the founder of Turning Point is a white supremacist, well-known white supremacist, okay, and you are now seen. It's just like with Kanye West being seen with Nick Fuentes. If you're being seen with someone who is a known white supremacist or an organization that's a known white supremacist, then that's showing that you endorse what they stand for. And that's what people are jumping on Nicki Minaj for. They're not jumping on what her agenda is. They're, as he said, okay, you went on a platform to endorse a white supremacist. We're not for that. We can understand if you came on there to use the message of I'm burning this thing down and I'm changing. I'm going to be doing something else. I'm going a different direction. But as he said, why are you going to do that and endorse a white supremacist at the same time? That's what I'm getting from her being seen on the Turning Point at the Turning Point gathering.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Like I say, when we talk about me burning this down, I'm telling the people that's involved in this community why I'm burning it down. I'm not going nowhere else outside of us. I'm doing it here, and I'm burning it down because I believe, like, for one, it's a lot of education over here. It's a lot of well-to-do brothers over here. It's a lot of experience over here. It's a lot of traveling on here. Like, just as we speak, we got me, like you and I are probably on a different part of the United States. We got another brother on the call on the panel right now that he's in a whole nother country. Why not leverage that? He just said he'd like being an ambassador, which is to say that he like helping people that he can identify with. He like helping them when they come there. Why we don't why we don't push that forward? Why we don't embrace that? That's what I'm talking about when I'm burning this bitch down, because it's all about bitches. Nigga, I could go out tonight and get a bitch.
I agree.
So that's when I say when I'm burning it down, that's when I'm burning it down. If that's all you want to talk about and shit like that, and I'm not talking about you, DMV, but as far as when me burning it down, if that's all niggas want to talk about, I'm more than likely not gonna be that guy. Because I want to talk about money. I want to talk about building relationships. I want to talk about building businesses. I want to talk about what country I could get dual citizenship in. That's what I want to talk about. So I'm not the nigga because guess what? I have had access to women pretty much my whole life. So it's nothing new to me.
Now, as far as dual citizenship, that's nice. I think in Panama, you got to pay what your property got to be like 170 to 200,000, and then I think you got to wait like 6 to 9 months.
You talking about the Friendly Nations visa, and yeah, you got to have
Yeah.
a property that's over 200,000. But the pensionado visa is actually a lot easier to get. Where if you have an annuity or if you have a what's it called, a pension that is $1,000 minimum a month coming in, then you can get a pensionado visa, which is excellent. And yeah, I mean, you got to go through the process, of course. Some people will pay a lawyer, $1,500 in order to go through the process for them, and it'll take them in little as a month or so to do it.
Black, may I interject for 1 second?
Mm-hmm.
That was the difference that I will want to exacerbate. That is the difference that I want to enlarge. You said I think. He said what he know, because he have boots on the ground. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, why guess when we got brothers out there that's actually doing it, that cannot just tell you how to do it, they can tell you where to go to do it. That's all I'm saying. Like, we got to be able to, okay, for sure, Spark Plug, you always welcome, brother. But we got to be able to rely on each other. That's what I'm saying. It's the difference between what you said, because he said he even gave validity to what you were saying. Oh, you're talking about such and such and such. What you need to be going on is this, that, and the third. It's the difference between speaking what you think you know, opposed to speaking what you know, because it's a difference. But with that, I yield.
Yeah, I was just giving out the information. So yeah, I mean, you can do the Friendly Nations visa if you're not capable of getting a pension coming in. But it's easy to create an annuity and pay yourself a monthly pension when you create that annuity. Or a 401k or whatever you can in order to create that pension. But it needs to be forever money coming in. And once they see that you got at least $1,000 a month of forever money coming in, they'll allow you to get the pensionado visa.
Okay.
See, that's dope. See, and that's DMV. That's what I'm trying to foster. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to connect, like brothers like that. That's what I'm trying to get our community to. This community, this little small part of the internet, which we have a very small part, and I'm trying to get this community to see that. That's why I say I gotta burn it down. Anything that's left is damn near forged by the fire, because it's gonna be burned down. You're not gonna be coming over here all you for mango talk, because for the most part, in my opinion, you're just a nigga that don't get boxed. You a nigga that don't really have access to women like that. So for guys to come back to America and talk about, oh, I'm in monk mode. No, bro, you in no sauce mode. You got no sauce when you go out of the country. Only thing you got is bread. So it give you some type of He-Man feeling, but that's not what it is. You know what I'm pushing, DMV? To be the man where you stand. So anywhere you go, you're gonna be the man where you land.
Yes, you have always said that.
That's what I'm pushing. So a lot of brothers is not gonna be able to identify with that. And guess what? That's fine, because guess what? I'd rather have the 300 men to where they dedicated and they locked in than 3,000 men and they want to be farmers, chefs, and all of that shit. Let's dedicate ourselves to being better and watch how your life change. But with that, I yield.
What you got to say to that, DMV?
He always said that, and I've always said, yeah.
So just respects to that. Let's not, and I know you didn't mean it in no derogatory way and things of that nature. So let me preface that. But let's not compare what I'm doing to what Nicki Minaj did.
No. I was just giving you pushback. That's all.
That's fine. I'm cool with pushback.
Because it's fun. Pushback is fun. I got you.
Yeah. Pushback is fun. You can learn stuff you didn't know, and yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. And that's what we over here to build, DMV. Listen, I don't claim to know it all. What I do know it. But when it comes to this trucking thing, I might have to hit you up. Hey, say, man, I got this going on. What you think about? You know what I mean? When I come to Panama, I already told Black Cleaner, bro, I'm looking for you as soon as I get off the plane because so many brothers that then went out there and linked up with Black Cleaner, guess what they said? Oh, I should have linked up with him as soon as I got there. He pointed
Oh
me in
yeah.
the right direction. You see what
Yep.
I'm saying? There
I
is
done heard
no,
that.
there is no there's no shame in looking to somebody for help, especially if they got better expertise than you do in that area. There's no shame in that. That's how we get better, in my opinion.
Hey,
You
I ask for help every day.
man, listen, when I was going through what I was going through in the DR, bro, I called my goddamn DR handler, and what everything he told me to do, I did. And I walked away from that goddamn situation. I was upset, but shit, it didn't fuck up my day too much. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But and I'm saying that just like you said, you ask for help every day, bro. I ask for help. There's no shame in that. But guess what? I just want to make sure the people that I am asking are equipped and willing to help me. So
Okay.
there's that though. But I think we had a great dialect, you and I. You said should have called. You know what, Tam? I once you said what you said, I felt like I should have called you. But I ain't know what to do. I started to call me right near and Misha, like, bro, I got this going on, but I know, hey, right near and Misha go hard. That they probably would have been, but she was like, no, Charlie, you did the right thing. Just get done with it. But I thought Misha was gonna be like, man, just get that bitch a left hook and a right uppercut type shit. You know what I mean? Like, ah, shit. But yeah, no, it worked out like that. And I wish I did call you, Tam, but you know, everything happened in the way that it was supposed to happen. So there's that. But yeah, DMV, you got your passport, right?
Yes.
Okay, what places have you been to? If you don't
I've
mind my
been to so far I've only been to DR.
you said DR and where?
Um well I've been to Mexico, but it was for work, so I really don't count that. But DR, Mexico,
What part of the DR did you go to?
Puerto Plata.
I never
What part
been
of
to.
Mexico did you go to?
Go ahead.
Uh, it was right across the border from freaking daggone from freaking Laredo, Texas.
Oh, okay. Got you.
I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, yeah. It was a cool place though. Very cool place. A lot of fun.
It's Mexico's nice. As I said, I only been to Cancun area, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, that area right there, and that was real nice. I would recommend anybody who wants to go overseas for a vacation, go to check out Tulum. Tulum is dope.
Matter of fact, I got a story um for you. I was making the livery in there, right? And pulled up to the place early. I go, check in, place closed. I'm like, all right, cool. Just wait, walk back to the truck, lock my damn keys inside the truck. Everybody speaks Spanish, cell phone inside the truck. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna get up in here? I see these Spanish dudes walk. It's probably like a group of 10 of them. They up there trying to ask me like, what's going on? I'm like this. I lock my keys inside the truck. One dude walked around to the passenger side door. I fucking look up and he is inside my truck. And I'm thinking, how the hell did you get up in this truck? He pulled out 2 paper clips, picked the lock, got in. I said, "Damn, that's nice." And I went to the store, bought them all drinks, and said, "Thank you."
Hmm. That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. Shout out to Bartholomew. Hey, say I only drove my drop top on my channel like maybe once or twice, and I probably drove it once on my channel and once on Ryan channel. So if you seen that, if you're referring to that, you've been around for some time now. So shout out to you, bro. Definitely appreciate you thoroughly. But so opposed to because like say I am a DMV, I am a DR enthusiast and things of that nature. So you haven't got a chance to experience anything else outside of Punta Cana?
No, 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 no. Puerto Plata.
Puerto Plata, my apology.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Puerto
yeah,
Plata. Okay, yeah, which is different.
yeah.
So what you was down in the Sioux?
No, the crazy thing is, I was in Puerto Plata for a week, and by the time I came home, that's when I learned about the Sioux. I didn't know nothing uh, 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 about it the whole time.
So you must have been on the resort then, because I mean, you can't
Yeah,
be in Puerto Plata
I
and
was in the resort one
I
night
mean, be in the
and
streets and
also
not
off
be
the.
going to the sewer.
Well, see, I don't know Spanish.
Ah, tú no hablas español?
Poquito. I'm practicing my ass off.
Ah, tú necesito muy práctico.
You see,
Sí, sí.
I am practicing. Yeah, I was on a resort for 2 nights, and then the other 3, I am got a Airbnb.
Okay. Yeah, nah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, like that's how you could tell like Black Cleaner been down there because like say you're not gonna be in POP and don't like know of like probably pull up on the Sioux. I've only been to the Sioux once, and like for me, reason why I don't talk down on the Sioux, but because for me it was exactly what the doctor ordered. But like I say, I am a hunter. I am a lover of women. So when I went down there and all you had to do was make eye contact to a woman for her to approach you, it was a little bit out of my depth. You know what I mean? It's like shooting fish in a barrel. To me, it was just this, that, and the third. It felt like too much of an exchange. So I went to Santo Domingo, and that's where I really, really fell in love with the DR.
Yeah, that's my next move there.
Uh, Jody, me aprendo español con mis amigos. Duolingo. Mi español es muy poquito, un chin. And Tim helped me with my Spanish a lot too. But yeah, bro, it's a by no stretch of the by no stretch of the imagination am I fluent, but I work with it every day. Like I say, shout out to this thing of ours. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you, brothers, man. I have a brother that called me every day from this community and work with me on my Spanish. He's like, okay, well, the word of the day is this, and we work on it. Like un chin, I got from him. Dime, I got from him. It's a lot of words that I done picked up from him,
Yeah,
and he called
yeah.
and we just converse. And guess how much he asked for?
Nothing.
How much?
A motherfucking thing.
Wow. Is,
Now,
He asked nothing.
is he Spanish or is
me
he?
every day. I'm sorry. Go
now,
ahead.
oh my bad.
Is he Spanish?
No, he's one of us. He's from the community. I just don't want to say his name, because like say our back office conversations, I try to keep those like private and things of that nature, and I'm pretty sure he'll be fine with it because it's nothing derogatory, but I don't want other people hitting him up, bro, teach me for nothing too, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, but no,
Now, I
that's
know as far as me, when it comes to learning certain things, I just have I just have to be thrown to the fire.
yeah. You know what they say? That's that a lot of time that is the best way to learn is immersion. You know what I mean? I don't know how old you are, or even what you used to watch, but it was an episode of The Simpsons when Bart had went to France, and like as an exchange student, he needed help. He was like, "I've been in this country for so long, and I can't even." He started talking shit in French. He was like, "Hold up, wait, what?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It just clicks on a little bit. So yeah, no. And Tam still make fun of me for not pronouncing the words correctly, but it's all out of love, like camarones. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
shout out to them. But
Langostino shrimp.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But and you know what, Jay Bartholomew, that's gonna be my next language is Portuguese. It's just I'm just like a boxer though. I gotta focus on the opponent in front of me. You know what I mean? The beautiful thing about that is a lot of things from Spanish translate into Portuguese. So I feel like I have a little bit of a head start, but that's my next move though, bro. So for sure, for sure. But yeah, are you in? Well, you say you've been working on it, then, right? DMV.
Yeah, working on it, but not really focusing on it. Right. I'll be texting back and forth with um people and putting it in the translator and all, but sometimes it just gets boring.
Yeah, I get that.
So
Believe it, believe it or not, that's a good way to learn. That's how I learned D Dante Vives. You know what I mean? Like, because once you start putting it in so much, your brain just start automatically
yeah,
like remembering it and things of that nature. Like K Tao. I've never seen that on Duolingo or nobody else, but in the DR they use that. And the beautiful thing about that Spanish language is the way things sound is the way that it's spelled. So K tal will be like Queetal. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure, for sure.
and it don't be messing me up because right, if I'll type a sentence right, the the depends on what it is. In Spanish, it's like two words. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, okay.
Well, you know what? I'm sure Black Cleaner then got his like because he's actually emerged, but I'm sure he got. My problem is like conjugated verbs and things of that nature, like nosotros, hablamos, and things of that nature. Espanol, like that. That's where I have a little bit of a hiccup, but I'm working on it, bro. Like a million mile journey begin with your first step, so I'm working on it. Day.
Because I was texting back and forth with like this girl. Conversation was getting good, right? I said, "You nasty." Here, we right know what that means. She
Yeah.
was offended like a mug. I'm like, I ain't say nothing wrong, but different things you just learn slowly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, you definitely right. Like different things have different meanings there. You know what I mean? Like when the person telling me tranquilo, I'm like, bitch, I'm not even out of my body. What you mean, relax, bitch? I just she just like almost like you doing too much. Just chill. You know what I mean? Like, god damn. So lo siento, yeah, mi amor, mi gusto. Um, shout out to my good brother Spark Plug. How you doing, Anthony?
Top of the day, my brothers. Top of the day. Boy, I love this. I love this. This is what you call a classroom here.
Hmm.
See this kind of talking, kind of stuff in the back and forth. This called a classroom. Now y'all done passed the subject out. But if y'all could, I could make it a little bit more clear for cleaner you and me because you brought a lot of stuff to my attention that made it all make sense to me now. What this young lady did. If you just give me 2 minutes and we can keep on picking up back where we left off. I just want to share this with y'all and to give it a context and to get understanding of everything was going on. If that's okay with y'all, it's not. We'll
Yeah.
keep on talking what we're talking about. That's fine. It's okay.
You
Brothers, do
got the
you remember?
floor.
The floor is
Okay,
yours,
remember.
brother.
Okay, brother. Remember a few months back, the South African president was in the White House, and your boy put the TV screens up while he was there and showed how his government was murdering Christians, white and black, taking their land. Okay, fast forward to now, a couple of weeks ago, he put out sanctions on that particular group of the Islamic State in South Africa that was persecuting the Christians. I didn't hear y'all speak about it, and maybe you guys know about it. Well, Nikki actually came out about a week ago. You can go find it. I can send it to you, Charlie, and to you, Black Cleaner. You too, my other brother too. Nikki came out with a full press conference and stood in solidarity with the Christian faith in the persecution of Christians all over the world. Fast forward, brothers, there go your Turning Point USA, which you all know is a Christian based organization. But the key to Turning Point is what their target is our youth. There's about 13 million people that signed up with the Turning Point organization, and some say made a big difference on the past election. Of course, remember now who we talking about. We talking about Erica Kirk, the wife of Charlie Kirk. Many say, brother, not to send you the background effect that when in 2028, when it's JD Vance turn, the vice president of JD Vance was supposed to be Charlie Kirk. So now that Charlie Kirk has been deleted, the next up to be vice president is who? Erica Kirk. When you guys say that, when we were talking earlier, I kind of heard you say, well, why would Nikki sacrifice her losing the following that she had? Trust me, brother. Charlie, Black Cleaner, Ryan, Prime, and it's speaking from just me and my heart. You guys, in my eyes, was called Teflon. You know, I'm a old wrestling historian. There's something in the wrestling world and even in the entertainment world called Teflon that no matter what you do, I got my brothers back. So the few people that she may lose as followers, but she's opening herself up to, like Big Brother said, 13 million youths to support her. So absolutely it was a political deal and a business deal. And that's all I wanted to share with my brothers and give you brothers a bigger context. Because you know, me and Black Cleaner got them idea problems. So all thing I sit my ass at home do is read and research and follow shit and see what the hell going on, because shit on the forefront seems to be one thing, but Charlie, mean you always talk. There's always the story behind the story. Don't look at the painting that's on the wall. I go back and try to find the canvas before the painting went on the wall. That's all I want to share with y'all. And I don't know if that brings anything, get you up to speed, Black Cleaner, on this anomaly, like how she popped up into the picture, especially trying to tie it to a Christian-based organization like Turning Point. And also check out our followers. She's gained over 1.5 million followers since she did that interview. From the youth, from the other side. It's always a business deal in the political stunt, brothers. That's all I want to say. I apologize. I apologize for interrupting.
You don't gotta apologize because you actually brought some validity to it and things of that nature. And
Exactly. Yeah.
like, hold on. First of all, let me say this, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up, bro. This is a live that I put up with like 30 minutes, goddamn, like buffer time. So, man, shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. Especially shout out to my brothers on the panel, man. DMV, Black Cleaner, goddamn it, Spark Plug, better known as Big Bro Anthony. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Prime pulling up, showing love, bro. This was a goddamn it fly by night. Goddamn, I just said, bro. I remember me having a couple Christmases by myself, man. As far as this community go, bro, I wanted to come up because if anybody was on the road like by themselves, like if anybody was by themselves, like DMV, if he was on the road, man, maybe could tune in and get some camaraderie. You know what I mean? Like say in my case, bro, all of my family was either out of town or in jail or something that happened to them where they was on the run. You know what I mean? So I'm saying all that. Shout out to everybody that pulled up and showed love. We're probably gonna shut down the time limit on it. We're probably gonna shut down soon. But my question to you, Anthony,
yes, sir.
What would you say about, like, say, if that's the case and things of that nature, the founder of Turning Point, which is Charlie Kirk,
Yes, sir.
or one of the founders, he didn't rock with Nicki Minaj. He thought she was a nuisance. What would you say to that?
Okay, one thing that my brother always speak about, and one thing that I commend you for, something that you never do, Charlie. You know how to semi-control your emotions, right? But we also know that this is society. The number one thing that society works on is emotion.
Agree.
What that was the way that bro. You want me to be honest with you? That was the most brilliant shit that Erica Kirk could have done by knowing the stigma of Turning Point, by bringing in someone like that on that platform that could be on common ground. This shit is above votes, man. It's support. She took it to another level for those who don't see what's going on and just dealing with people's emotion, especially our young youth emotion. That was the emotional play on our young youth. Think about it from that set of lenses. We know what the real deal is, but think about it from that set of lenses. The shit was brilliant what he did.
Yeah.
It was
Hey,
brilliant.
Go ahead.
yeah, I think I gotta say something real quick. Anthony, I've heard you speak a lot of times on here, and if
Yes, sir.
we ever meet up
Yes, sir.
anywhere across this country in a daggone another country, I
Yes,
would
sir.
love to have a drink with you and just pick your brain.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Charlie, no. You know it's crazy, bro. Let me tell you how brotherhood works. And I ain't never got a chance to meet Black Queen and never got to yet. Neither you, big brother. If I tell you that I talk to Charlie on the phone maybe every month to month and a half, and the reason why, when we get on the phone, bro, I think the shortest phone call with Charlie has been like 3.5 to 4 hours, right? But I look at Charlie as a brotherhood like checkers and chess. You know, checkers is fast. But when I tell you,
Yeah.
me and Charlie haven't spoken on the phone in almost 7 weeks. But if I have to call him or he called me, we pick up exactly where we left off at 7 weeks ago. Exactly where we left off at. And I consider that that's brother. But brother, I'll be honored, brother. It'd be my honor to sit with any of my brothers, man, and show what I know, man. That'd be my honor. It'd be my honor with all my brothers, man. I love my brothers, man.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
I would say Anthony's one of the brothers that really stand on, like, what he say and things of that nature. So much so to where he just don't say shit. He'll send you receipts behind what he say. You know what I mean? And that's something that you gotta respect. So shout out to good brother Anthony for that, man. Because he'll send you those meetings that go on at 2 o'clock in the morning where they think nobody watching. He's watching. And he gonna send you the highlights of the motherfucker. So man, shout out to brother Anthony, man. He's always
That's
a good
deep.
brother to be in cahoots with.
I just think that that's a good point to bring into to put the whole conversation that we had into the context to show if you put all the dots together, it makes sense why you guys saw what you saw. But there was a prefix to that was a setup before we saw what we saw. And I just wanted to bring that into my brothers to show you that all this shit was a plan that started a long time ago. It just came together at that particular point.
Yeah, you know what? And I agree. And maybe because, like, say, I'm never gonna change how I feel about it. But here's the thing: who cares? Well,
Mhm.
I'm not buying a Nicki Minaj album. I'm not listening to
Yes,
her
sir.
song. So who really
Yes,
cares what
sir.
I think? But
Yes,
far
sir.
as us as a people, especially people with melanin, we're so
Yes, sir.
forgiving to where it'll be a year from now and
Yes,
like
sir.
people will forget about it. But I tell you, the community that's not forgiving is the transgender, the alphabet community. They are
Yes,
not
sir.
forgiving. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
sir.
there's
Now
that. But
remember, a lot of that type of and even from where Charlie Kirk was at to even now, you know that Erica is changing that, brother. You know,
yeah,
she want to welcome in those again. She want to welcome in those people. That's another part that I forgot to share with you. Erica turning from that stuff that Charlie had set up, but she ain't no good neither. Because I could drop you some bombshells on her behind getting exiled out of Portland because of her orphanage, Epstein. I'm gonna say less ties to that. Winning the Arizona beauty pageant. Who owned the beauty pageant that she won in Arizona? One down on Jay Trump. We can go. We can go on the Erica trip too, but I don't want to do nothing to help mess with my brother's channel. But There's a lot more to that than what we just seen. See, oftentimes when they try to do to us as a people, they only give us what they want us to see so we can have these type of debates. But what I try to do for my brotherhood is try to find as much of the bad shit that they don't tell us and bring it to you, then make your decision off of that. Because why they playing this show us what they want to know, but these motherfuckers, they're doing some wicked ass shit. Here's a good one for you. That was
They definitely
33,000 people. Bro, there was 33,000 people at that event. That Luciferian ass, 33rd degree Mason, 33rd, all that Illuminati number 33. See, people don't put past that. Oh, it's 33,000. That 33 means something. That's a 33 is the number, one of the biggest numbers behind satanic rituals. I'm finished. I'm quiet. Let's go back to talking about our before I interrupted my brothers, please. I'm sorry.
No, you good, man. Shout out to my good brother Worldwide Navy. I seen good brother Ryan, man, playing some of your video earlier, man. Hey, drop your channel in the chat, man, or pull up and put it in the back office, man. Y'all got to go check out bro. He got like probably got 3 times the followers that I got, but bro's really in the field and putting in that work, man. Shout out to my bro like that. Like I say, Navi is the brother that really got the term. That's my OB, man. He's my original brother. Like, once again, I've said and I'll continue to say, I met him before either one of us had a YouTube. I met him, like, say, when we was just like kicking it in the DR, man. So, man, when I speak about the brotherhood of the DR and things of that nature, me and brother Navi relationship is a product of that. You know what I mean? So that's why I push the DR so hard. That's why I'm Hodor for the DR. You know what I mean? And for you guys that don't know, that's a not the Lord of the Rings. What that shit called?
Yeah, it is.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, goddamn soliloquy. It's like a metaphor. So I'm Hodor. I'm holding the door for this shit, but I still ain't went out there yet, y'all. I be doing my push-ups and shit. Like, bro, we gotta stay strong when we get to the Columbia, because man, every brother that's been a part of the DR community, man, they ain't came back yet, bro. So
We need to Charlie, you was talking last night and then your live before. But we need to set up an organization, man. I'm talking
you say
about
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
You were speaking about a little bit last night, and you spoke your last live before that. Man, we need to have a board, man, set up, bro. We need to figure out. I mean, when it comes to time is right, man, we need to set up a board, man, a board of brothers, man, like a legit ass board, bro. Not mafia style, but mafia. I'm talking about a board, bro. And it's all about the business. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I'm just saying the firm type shit, bro. You don't have to apologize, man. You know, it's all respect between you and I, Anthony. No, I'm on the same page. We just, in my opinion, we got to do a little bit more building. You know what I mean? Because like coming from down south, they say any foundation. I mean, anything that was ever built is built on a foundation. So whether it's going to stand the test of time, is going to depend on the foundation. You know what I mean? So I'm with you.
One brick at a time, Charlie. One brick at a time. Not us down south. One brick at a time. It's got to start somewhere. One brick at a time, brother. One brick at a time.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's what's up, man. I thoroughly could appreciate conversing with you guys and things of that nature. I'm more than likely got somebody on the way, so I'm probably gonna have to start closing up. But man,
yes, sir.
Like I say, bro, man, shout out to y'all. I don't think y'all know the admiration that I have for this community. You know what I mean? That's why I say I gotta stand strong, even when it was with that name and we could all be affiliated with that name. I stand 10 toes down on that. But just because we have one goofball, unfortunately, he paint us. They paint us all in the same way. But shout out to DMV, because he said something the other day to where it really resonated with me. He said, you can call me whatever you want to call me, but just don't forget to put happy on the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, brothers, nice coming in. Thank you. Charlie, DMV, Cleaner, love you, bro. I
Man,
just
for
lead us
sure.
to saying this. That passport shit don't me speaking for me. Cause damn it, the whole earth belongs to me.
Motherfucking right.
Life wasn't started in Africa. Life was started in South U.S., Louisiana, Mississippi. We are the original. That's why we set the standard for the whole damn world. That's why the whole world modified as effed up as we are. In our effed upness, we still number one. You better not wake up that sleeping giant. Because when that sleeping giant wake up and realize who he is and what belongs to him, no damn, you're not the whole world belongs to me in you. Because you're the greatest walking. Peace, brothers. Love y'all. One love.
One.
All right, take it
Appreciate
easy.
it, bro. Yeah, man. Black Cleaner, you well, DMV, you got anything that you want to say before we get up out of here, good brother? I've been
Uh,
trying to keep my lives to like 3 hours, man. But sometimes we go to cooking, bro. By the time I look up, we're 6 hours in, bro. So
hey man, this here is my daggone therapy. I daggone love it.
yeah,
Shoot, with dealing with the madness of everyday bills here, and just bills, and the phone keep ringing, and traffic, and people that just can't drive. This here's therapy.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, appreciate y'all. It's always fun, and shoot, until next time.
Next time will be tomorrow, same chance time. Well, we started a little late today, but we're gonna start at like 7:30 tomorrow, man. Same chance time, same chance place, man. DMV, man, it's always a pleasure to converse with you, bro. Like anytime you see me and it's my platform, bro, you're more than welcome to pull up.
All right, thank you. All right, Cleaner, take it easy.
One.
They say the first will be last and the last will be first, but not over here because the first is going to be last. How you doing, Black Cleaner? You got anything you want to close out with, my good brother?
Yo, happy holidays to all of the brothers out there, man. Get your passports. As he said, the whole world it belongs to us. So, since this is our house, you need to explore every inch of your house. That's all I got to say. And also, too, man, give love a chance, because there is this whole world, it was built on love, That's all I got to say about it. Because, a lot of people, they always call me the hopeless romantic and, oh, man, you out here loving and simping and all of that. But it's because I have this love in my heart that I want to share that I'm able to meet good people out here. And the only reason I'm bringing that up is just what you was just talking about, this whole Christmas, because there are some people who are alone for Christmas. And sometimes it's due to their own detriment. It's their own fault because they're isolating their heart. And as I said, I'm a cleaner, but I've also had to do what they call crime scene cleanup, which is cleaning up a dead body during the holiday. And the holidays is the biggest time of the year when crime scene cleanup is at its highest. And most people, it's because they're alone for the holidays. There's been a countless amount of times where this is when I was working with a company and I go in the morning and they're like, yo, we got to go clean up this apartment. This person done deleted themselves. And you're like, and I'm like, what? And then that's when the dude was telling me, he's like, yeah, around the holidays, a lot of people will do it because they're alone, or, their loved one has passed on before them and they got a broken heart, or whatever the case may be. So that's why I'm saying, you have to learn how to love and open up your heart and be able to carry and move on. Okay. Because when you're able to do that, people say, you're going to suffer a lot of loss by having this attitude, but it's me having this attitude that makes me a better person, because I'm always going to be, and I've had a lot of heartbreaks. I've had, Black American women break my heart, but I've also had Black American women love me to death. You know what I'm saying? I've had Asian women break my heart, but I've had Asian women love me to death. I've had Spanish women break my heart, but I've had Spanish women love me to death. And the women that broke my heart just taught me what not to do and also how to love better. So don't isolate yourself. Open yourself up, and then next year you will probably not be alone for Christmas, because now you have, because you done created and cultivated. That was the word that I was looking for. Something with you and another person to where now you don't got to be alone anymore for the holidays. And I'm gonna end up on that. I appreciate you, giving me your time to be able to come up on here. I wasn't even thinking about being on here this long. I was just, pulling up just because, you was on here, you was doing the marathon, and I just wanted to support you. I'm supposed to be at the club right now, but I'm still here, and I appreciate you having a panel. Say it again.
Before you go, man, yeah, I said, let me say this before you go, man. Your support is not just noted, man, but it is sincerely appreciated, bro. So I appreciate you from the depths of my heart, bro. And when you talk from a sincerity to, honestly, if you got an open mind, you have no choice but to feel what you're saying.
Salute. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Happy holidays.
For sure. All right, guys, I'm about to get ready to close out, but just to put things into perspective, man. Shout out to DMV for pulling up. Shout out to my brother Black Cleaner for pulling up. Shout out to my brother Anthony for pulling up. Y'all know him as Spark Plug, but I know him as Anthony, man. And the thing about it is, man, also shout out to DMV because I could build with brothers like that. They come in and say, bro, I don't know everything. And if I was wrong, I was wrong. I can admit my wrong. You know what I mean? And for sure. And with that being said, I urge you, especially if you're a woman and you get to watch my channel, if a person admit they're wrong, because that's the only way that you could fix a problem is by admitting that you have a problem. That's why when you go to AA, the first thing that you say, hey, my name is such and such, and I have a problem. You see what I'm saying? So when somebody admit that they're wrong or that they have a problem, I urge you to don't kick them when they're down. You know what I mean? Do your best to aid and assist them. You know what I mean? So shout out to DMV for coming on here and being not just talking, but listening too. Because everybody listen with the intent to respond and not the intent to understand. So shout out to DMV because I sincerely feel like that's what he was doing. Man, I thoroughly appreciate everybody pulling up and kicking it and things of that nature. And like I say, let me pull this up. We're gonna play the outro and things of that nature, man. I mean, things like that, and just kick it, man. So tomorrow we're gonna be back because the marathon is still going, baby. Let's not get it misconstrued. The marathon is still going, baby. Like, I don't even know if this is gonna turn into a permanent thing because when I don't go live, which has only been like twice, 2 or 3 times, because Ryan. No, probably just twice. Because Ryan went live those times, and like I say, man, if I'm nothing, I'm a component of this thing of ours. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna pull up and support my brother Ryan. You know what I mean? Especially because he helped me get to where I am, just like with knowledge and just sharing insight and things of that nature. So I'm gonna support, man. So shout out to all my brothers in this thing of ours, man. And we are going to let's see. Hold on. Like, yeah, we're going to play a song on the way out. And man, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your Christmas and things of that nature. And we're gonna be right back, man. Listen, the burn down episode is coming before the end of the year. So I urge you to stay tuned. Because when I say I'm gonna burn this bitch down, I'm gonna burn it to the ground, guys. I just got to. I feel like it's in my it's written in text, man. I just have to. So we are going to go ahead and play this on the way out. And you guys and everybody have a Merry Christmas, man. And thank you for pulling up. Yeah.
late nights, open mics. Truth only move when the room got order. Mr. Peppers and Prime on the control. Welcome to Charlie Chine TV. Yeah. Three beautiful women, whole panel in a vibe. Vibing with me, she set the tone when she look you in your eyes. Tan talk straight, no filter, no disguise. And a smooth with it, every word calm but precise. Chat going crazy, yeah, the numbers stay live. Everybody got opinions when the combo get tight. Different views, same table, respect, stay intact. Late night panels where the feelings meet facts. Late night, don't sleep, don't sleep. True talk, no retreat, no retreat. Panel live, crowd out, Charlie Chan, TV, Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan, TV, Charlie Chan, Charlie Chan, TV, Charlie Chan, drama in the air, yeah, sick of the life. Same topics rotate every time they go live. Black man in Germany, Berlin, state of mind. Different culture, different land, still speaking this side. Black king to keep it solid, street calm, no flex. Miguel, keep it gangster, let the truth handle the rest. Ain't nobody running when the questions get steep. Nothing moves unless Peppers nod, Prime say speak. Two moderators, one room, one mic at a time. Now let it cook. Charlie Chan, TV lose, you know where it starts. Southern roots, but the vision way bigger than charts. Man, I'm talking night. Hotel reviews by the day. From lobby to rooftop, he telling no fake. Grinding every wildin' in the comments tonight. Typing fast, cracking jokes, adding fuel to the light. When I dance the moment, top supporter in the chat. But he said, cam up, Charlie, yeah, pressure like that. Hey, the travel POV, nodded off mid-live. Guess these late nights feel different, everybody can't survive. Hey, late nights, don't sleep, don't sleep. Real talk, real raw speech, Peppers grind, crowd loud, Charlie Chan, TVV, Charlie Chan, TVV, Charlie Chan, TVV, shout out to Live Chat, shout out to Replay Game, shout out to supporters who keep the lights on. If you're here every night, we see you. Let's talk. Charlie Chan TV.
Man, shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. I have one more thing that I want to say pertaining to what Black Cleaner was saying, man. Because I know he said something pertaining to what I was saying. That's why I'm going live, bro. Nobody should ever have to feel alone, man. It's a big earth out there, man. And I promise you, man, long as I'm a part of this thing right here, bro, you guys got me. I'm going, long as I'm here, bro, I'm going live every Christmas, bro, because nobody, you never alone, bro. You fucking with me, bro. I got you for real, man. It just seems it's like when you talk about self-deletion, bro, you gotta really be in a dark place, man. And just know if don't nobody fuck with you, Charlie Chan fuck with you, man. And with that, like I say, bro, we're over and out. Appreciate everybody for pulling up, man. Love you guys.